Got it. No big deal. I got it. Never get my scan code generator. Never getting my scan code generator. Apparently, I'm not getting my scan code generator. What's up, boys and girls? Hello.
Hello.
What's up, Alan?
What's up, John?
Hey, Mike. What's up, B? Hello. Hello. We got 2 minutes technically before we begin, by the way. What's up, Hollis? Hey, thank Will for the invitation, by the way. I wouldn't have invited you guys. The invitation's coming from Will, so I would not have invited you guys to our secret meetings if it wasn't for Will. He said invite you guys, so you're invited for this one.
Hey, guys.
So if you want to know what this meeting is all about, it is not it is not like a crazy meeting. There is no agenda on this meeting, so if you're thinking it's like some crazy cult meeting or something like that, where we sacrifice goats and then say our vows to the devil, it's nothing like that. It's literally just that free for all. There's no actual agenda. It's just a chance for, it's actually meant as a chance just for inner circle members, if they have any questions about anything, to get those questions answered. If they want to talk about anything, if they want to share strategies, what's working for them, what's not working for them, to share that. It's a chance for them to network with each other and meet each other, because obviously, as you guys could understand, you guys are all part of something right now, but probably even with whatever you're doing, whatever your interest is in Tier 5, you probably have interest in other companies and other businesses and other things that you do in your daily life. So there's probably people that are in this group of people that you could partner with and do other stuff, that you could sell your services to, or you could buy stuff from. So it's a great time for you to network and meet who else is in this partnership for you. So like I said, there's no real agenda whatsoever for the meetings. It's just time that I make available for inner circle members, because they're on the inner circle level. So it's just time, and sometimes they're an hour long, but most of the times they're like 3 or 4 hours long, because it's just however long you guys want to talk about, whatever you guys want to talk about, it's time that is made available for you guys. So that's what these secret meetings are all about. So it's time for you guys and whatever you want to talk about. So if you want to talk about stuff, let's do it.
I have something.
Yeah, what's up?
So I started a little group. There's about 16 of us in it right now. It's technically called Pitch Me, but I'm trying to change the name. It's all about engagement for ads and posts. So if any of you guys are running Facebook ads and you want some loves, some comments to kind of get some traction, then join that group. I can put the address in the chat, but the more people we have, the more love and comments we get to share, and the better our ads will be in the real marketplace.
That's a great deal. So I got a group like that too myself. I'm just not active in it now that I have the inner circle group, but it's an awesome ideal. Obviously you can understand that if you have 10 or 15 people that you're really good friends with, that you guys all help each other out, you can run a Facebook ad and you can force Facebook to give it a higher relevancy and show it to more people just by going in and liking it. And obviously you can also solve objections that people have just by having pre-staged questions that, you know, Marie's running a Facebook ad for this thing and you guys are all in this group, so Mike can go in and ask this pre-staged question in a way that Marie can go in and actually answer it. And now anybody else who's looking at the ad and sees the ad, one, they see that people are engaging on it and they're actually liking it. and whatever questions that they have, whatever objections that they have about her offer, they can already be addressed and answered by this group of people who are just like, well, does this work for these people? And then you guys just work together. I do that a lot on my ads with the partners and the community. I let you know, hey, here's my ad. You guys go say something nice on it. What does that do for me? Facebook automatically wants to show that to more people because within a day of running my ad, I get 100 comments on it. So they're like, damn, people must like this ad. Let's show it to more people.
Yeah, I share a lot of love.
It's called social engineering, by the way. That's what that's called. It's really valuable. All the big dogs do it. Trust me, every big company that you see out there that's running an ad that has a bunch of engagement on it, and if you look at those ads and you're like, well, wow, these guys have answered every question. Like somebody has asked every question about this offer in the comments, and these guys have answered every one. Trust me, if you don't think that shit's staged, you're stupid as fuck. That's all staged, and they pay for all that engagement. That's exactly how it works on social media. So there's lots of services you can buy that stuff from. Why buy it when you can start your own little group and get it for free? What's up, Dennis?
Exactly.
Hey, Harlan. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Kevin.
How are you?
In attack.
Guys.
So if you guys are new here, again, like I said, this meeting is all time for you, whatever you want to talk about. That could possibly be against Facebook's terms of service. I don't know, because I don't really know. I've never read Facebook's terms of service personally, so I don't know. But I would almost guarantee every post that anybody's ever posted on Facebook is actually a violation of Facebook's terms and services. I could almost guarantee that. No matter what you post on Facebook, you're violating their terms and conditions.
You must have read it all.
Yeah. You go read it, BB. You go read their terms and conditions and come back and let us know if it's a violation.
Facebook won't like the group a whole lot as far as monetizing on it because they don't like links. So there's no real need to monetize anyway, but they won't like the link group. That's one reason why lots of other groups have no links in them. So that's okay if they don't like us, though. It's still legal.
For sure, yeah. The more people who like and engage on your post, that's actually how that's the complete way that they determine relevancy of an ad. Is you go in and you list your audience, and the more engagement that you get on the ad, the more people that like it or comment it or share it, or the more people who watch your video. That's how they determine what your relevancy is. They see, hey, how many people are engaging to this versus how many people am I showing it to? That's how relevant this must be. That's why all my ads, like not all my ads, but the ones that I want to perform, if you notice, like that, I don't know how long you've been following me, but if you notice like the ads that I want to perform, I send a message out in my chat bot. I did it the other day. I said, hey, if you guys want to get some free software from Tier 5, go comment on this ad right here. Why? Because I was running an ad to the Tier 5 mother funnel, and I preceded the ad with about 120 comments from people who are in our community or wanted to get free software from us.
A lot of the affiliate groups do that sort of engagement link. So I thought it would be nice to have for all of us independents where we don't have that. Well, we're not really independent. We have us. So yeah. Anyways, I'll shut up about that and leave you guys to it.
Thank you for shutting up.
You're welcome.
What's up, Greg? Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Don, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
So
great.
do we have any partners in here, or are we all?
I invited everybody today, so.
Yeah, I saw that. So I expected we have like 149 here then.
we got 19. So we got 19.
You're about 120 short. Quick question, John, before we get into anything a little bit deeper. On that data acquisition, how are we on that? I think the current invoice price is 125. So it looks like 25 people signed up.
Yeah, it shows right on the invoice. I'm not sure. It shows right on the invoice how many people signed up, but I think 23.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It says 25. So what do we need, 40?
Yeah, I can't buy the data obviously because I'm a fucking scammer. So I can't I can't buy the data. Uh, but yeah, we needed for the price that because I was working with Joe on that. It was really actually Joe's idea to go in and get that data because it could be useful to a lot of people, and that price was like $4,200 for just the data. So we need at least 42 people to cover that cost of data. I've had other people offer me different data sets for more money, less money since I made that post. I don't want to be the one doing the data transaction or worry about the data. I just organized getting people together that wanted to go in. What I'll be responsible for is collecting the money and distributing that money to whoever's going to go in and buy the data, and then building the application that allows you to go in and easily access the data, download it, and then filter through it, whatever's filterable, whatever can be filtered.
Now, Fred was piping mad, right, Harlan? He piped on you, and he piped on me, and John is the big scammer.
All sorts of scams. Sorry, Harlan.
Yeah, you have send me the invoice as well. I mean, I want to be in on that. That's definitely going to go forward. That's definitely worth.
John, your posts have a lot of traction, so if you can post that again, we'll probably be able. I mean, with one post, you pretty much got the 25. So do another post, we'll get closer to the total amount.
There's the invoice, by the way, and it has been paid by 25 people. So it's at least $2,500, probably around $2,900 is what we've raised so far on the data. The data that we're referring to is all.
Is that the data that all of them? You know, he's got like veterinarians. You know, he's got all these different. Yeah, all of them, right?
It was for all of it. It was for like every piece of data that he has. So.
Yeah, he sent me a private message. You know, like going over because I am not going to sell it to that guy. He's a scammer. I'm like, oh, relax. You know, you have no idea what you're talking about.
By the way, it's no scam. I mean, there's nothing scammy about going in and fucking buying data that somebody's fucking scraped that's public data on the internet and buying
right
and reselling it. There's no law in the world that can protect that data and can say, hey, you're not allowed to resell this data after you buy it. I don't give a fuck what anybody puts in any terms and conditions in the world. There's no legal venue that they could go in and say, hey, this person agreed they wouldn't resell my data, but they resold it. So. But we can call it a scam. I'm not scared to call myself a scammer. So.
Now, how is the input on the Funnel Hacking Live promo going? I said I'm putting $60 in. You know, I felt kind of cheap saying that, but.
I think the issue is I honestly haven't been. I think the issue is I haven't been able to actually explain it or to be able to explain it well enough or to be able to actually come up with like a solid way to distribute the leads and show an immediate value for those who contribute versus those who don't contribute. So I think honestly it's a lot of it's just been my fault. It's like I can understand myself that, you know, even though you guys are all partners here and whatever happens at Funnel Hackers Live at the end of the day is going to be a benefit for this partnership completely. I mean, whatever happens at that event is going to be beneficial for this partnership as a whole because it's a marketing event where we're going to get exposure. But I think I've done a bad job putting it together and explaining what benefit you would get personally from your financial contribution versus, you know, the benefit that anybody who doesn't contribute is going to get. And I think that's just because I got so much shit going on. I mean, we're in the middle of rebuilding softwares. I'm planning 2 new softwares, adding features to other softwares. I'm trying to plan this event as well. So, like I said, I think it's probably
as soon as I have the patron multipliers set and that we're going to sell something, we're going to have another piece of software that you're going to have to build.
For sure. I'm looking forward to that too.
Hopefully the first multi-million-dollar a month piece of software.
For sure, I've got a pretty good plan that by the end of this year, at least your partnerships won't cost you anything. At least we'll have our our community will have enough members in our community to have a very good force of beta testers and affiliate marketers, and there will be enough revenue to at least through that revenue, your revenue shares will have enough value where your partnership isn't necessarily.
Now, I haven't looked at my affiliate dashboard or not. Did you understand? You know, I posted this just to show that you can actually make some sales, but I don't understand what's in that backpack thing there. You know, it says something about 2 sales in the green, but I have no idea what it actually is and what it isn't.
Well, your sales will come whenever somebody actually signs up. If they sign up for the 12-month trial, you're not going to see any actual earned revenue until that trial period is over and there's a payment made. Then you're going to see the actual earned revenue. If they do the upgrade, which I just changed the upgrades today, if they do the upgrade, you would see the actual sale right then and there.
So are you taking my advice, or are you saying I'm full of shit?
Am I taking your advice on the raising the price of the upgrade?
Don't you know, if you want to do the calculator, you could say you're doing 700, right? You know, that would then be the convenience.
I lowered it actually, Joe. To be honest, so to be honest, I lowered it down to $100 or $10.
Right? Is that all 7 apps?
Correct.
So I think I have a better offer. I think I'm going to start paying people to use our software. For 100, you know what I mean? I'll pay them to use our software.
Well, if you want to think about it, okay, here's my thinking, and I'm happy to justify it and rationalize it, and then get whatever you guys think. All right. I do want you guys to understand that. All right, looking at our customer avatars, small businesses are our customer avatars, self-employed are our customer avatars, entrepreneurs are our customer avatars, freelancers are our customer avatars. All of those people are people who can definitely benefit from our software and can definitely use our software and see a value in our software. Right now we have an offer where we're offering 12 months free trial. Trust me, we need beta testers. If I got 1,000 beta testers and I say, hey, go fucking test this new software, not 1,000 people is going to log into that software and test it. All right. We do not want some beta test going on in a software that has to run for 6 months because we can't get users into the software and actually use it. And by beta test, what do I mean by beta test? I do not mean on a beta test, here's the thing that people who fucking are engineers don't fucking understand because they're not fucking engineers. Whenever you have a beta test and you see all these offers you see all these people out there with lifetime deals or discounted pricing for early beta testing, that's not a fucking beta test, all right? A beta test isn't a user actually going in using the software how they want to use it. A beta test is you putting users into the software saying, checklist, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Try all this so that you can actually make sure every bug and every issue is removed from a software. You guys could probably understand that. I guarantee you not one person on this phone call right here is using Text in Bulk to its full potential and using every single feature inside Text in Bulk. I guarantee you there's a lot of features and functionalities in that software that even every single user in that platform still has not actually tried out, and they have not actually been tested. A real beta test costs lots of money. Trust me, I know this because I've been working in this industry for a long time. A real beta test you pay lots of money for because it's essentially a very elaborate use case testing, just like your actual software testing. It is a human version of use case testing where you go in and you test every single feature and functionality with every type of data that could be presented into that type of flow. All right, so that is something that every major software has to have, and the big softwares, they go in and they pay a lot of money to get beta testers to go in and do things that they normally aren't going to use in their normal operation. All right, so the point is we don't need to launch a new software and it be buggy in the platform. We need to launch software that's perfect, that users are going to love and not think, okay, well, this was buggy. They're going to think every time, damn, these dudes launch a software and from day one, it's perfect for us. So for that, we have to have very thorough beta testing. To be able to have very thorough beta testing, we need a large pool of beta testers. So Now, our market, like I just said, our avatar, I can prove in the United States alone, there's at least 23 million people just in the United States that match our avatar just in the United States. All right. So with this pricing, all right, the $100 a year or $10 a month, it's an incentive to do two things. All right. It is an incentive to fill that community with actual beta testers who we know that I can get a group out of 10,000, I can get a group of 100 or 200 people to actually agree to go in and beta test and participate in the actual beta test of this software. All right. I think that if we have 10,000, I mean, if we have 10,000 users, right, 10,000 people in the community, and we tell everybody, here's a new software, we need beta testers. Do you think we're going to get 10% of them to actually agree to go in and do a beta test, which is actually work? The beta test isn't go use the software however you want to. The beta test is, look, we need all these things done. It's actually a job. Go log 15 hours in the software over the next week and test all these features and functionalities. To think we're going to get 10% of them to do that? Maybe, maybe not. All right. So I modeled this kind of after what Dennis is doing with his promotion. All right. Where we're giving a 12-month free trial. And think, all right, I can point out partners right now. I'm not going to do it, but I can point out partners right now who are already selling the software at $10 a month. I can show you funnels right now of inner circle partners who are selling the software for $10 a month. All right. So with this promotion, what it does, and keep in mind, this is a very new thing. Us as a partnership, we have a long way to go. If you guys want to if you want to see this company be $1 billion a year company. We have a nice little journey that I'm more than happy to go on with you guys, and I have the patience to go through that. All right. So this offer, we offer them 12 months free trial. All right. If they want to upgrade, if they want to pay right now today, instead of waiting 12 months, they can pay $100. That's ad cost for us. So we can go in and find more people. If they don't want to pay, then it basically is distributed like this. The longer that they wait in their trial, the more money that they're going to have to pay. If they want to take the entire 12 months free trial, after those 12 months, if they want to renew, they're going to pay us $1,000 a month, or $1,000 a year, or they're going to pay us $100 a month. If we limit this to 10,000 people, even right here, 10,000 people come through the 12-month free trial, and they all convert instantly, and they say, hey, look, we're all converting instantly. They're either going to pay the $100 or they're going to pay the 10 bucks. If we limit it to 10,000 people, then we just put $1 million a year worth of revenue in this new company, or $1 million a month worth of revenue. All right. Not everybody's going to take that offer and say, hey, I'm going to upgrade right now. Some people are going to wait a month. Some people are going to wait 2 months. Some people are going to wait 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Some people may even wait the entire 12 months. So that was my thinking and rationale about that. It obviously wasn't, to flood the market and tell everybody in the world that they can get our software for $10 or we'll pay them to use it. But while we're bullshitting about it, there's several successful companies that actually have went in and paid users to go in and actually use their software so what? So that they can actually get case studies, so that they can get, it's no difference than doing like a free trial offer whenever you're actually doing a paid service for somebody. If you go in and run Facebook ads and you do a free trial offer to get a client to give you a testimonial so that you can get more clients down the road, that is you paying somebody to perform a service because you are paying them with your time to perform that service. So yes, Joe, I did lower the price just because I thought that it would actually yield a much higher conversion instantly today, which could just be used as ad spend. I mean, right now we're getting.
So what you're saying is the front end offer is still the same. It's $1,000 a year, and then they come to an upsell, and the upsell basically tells them, here is possibilities you have. You can upgrade right away, and then it's $10 a month.
That is.
And if you upgrade in 3 months, then it is, I don't know, $30 a month.
That is correct. Yep. So I will show it to you. That is correct. This is the pricing distribution here. This I haven't built out yet, but I'm actually going to build out an entire sequence here that anybody who signs up to this offer, every 30 days, they'll get an email, and we'll try to help them. We'll try to push them along in the software, to use the software, to understand how it's useful to them, to paint a value for them. All right. And every 30 days, I'll send them an email and let them know that, hey, your price is increasing. Do you want to go ahead and upgrade now, or do you want to continue with your free trial? All right. And essentially it's the same front end offer. And then after that front end offer, don't make fun of my funnel because I know it's ugly because this isn't my thing. But
well,
after,
you know, Kevin just gave me the front page. I posted it in the what you call it, the inner circle group for comments. So it probably would make sense to give him this thing too, so he can make it pretty.
For sure. So this is the upgrade, Joe. After you sign up for the 12 months free trial, then you can go ahead and pay right now. You pay $100 right now. Or if you say no to that, then you can pay $10 a month right now. All right. Now, like I said, if we put 10,000 people into this right here, what did that just do? It just created a huge amount of advertising costs for us. 10,000 people is a really small fucking dent in our target market who we can market stuff for. It's a very, very small dent of people. So Dennis's suggestion was we just actually offered this and promoted it at different events like Funnel Hackers Live or Digital Marketer or the 10X Growth Conference, something like that. So like I said, it's just really meant to fund and fuel those beta testers and get that beta testing community built up. So like I said, even if we limit it to 10,000, if we limit it to 10,000 people, then not everybody's going to take this offer right here. Some people are going to need 30 days, and after 30 days of using the software, they'll be like, hey, look, I like this. I want to go ahead and sign up, and we can get some revenue right now. Some people are going to want 3 months trial, and after 3 months, then they can come back and they can upgrade and they can pay this, and this just gives us some additional advertising money that we can use to fill up these slots so that we have enough people in this community to be able to beta test for us.
Hey John, does that skew the numbers for your the 2CC award by doing this at all or no?
This actually changes it to the 2CCX award. If I put 10,000 people in and they all sign up for that 12 months free, that's $10 million that just ran through that funnel. That's a 2CCX award.
Okay.
Fucking
It actually makes it more than that because some of those people, I mean, the way ClickFunnels counts it is whenever you sign up for that whenever you sign up for that $1,000 trial, ClickFunnels counts it as a $1,000 sale. Now, on top of that, some people are going to go with these upsells and they're going to pay this $100 or they're going to pay this $10. So it's going to be even more revenue.
One of the reasons I was suggesting to John earlier that if we're going to be running ads, that maybe they do.
Essentially, John, what you have to do is that this explanation is not getting to ClickFunnels, because if they see any one of us hacking their thingy, and their ethics are going to keep them from saying, well, we want this award. They're not gonna let us hack it. But this is basically hacking their award.
Possibly, for sure. I mean, I'm not going to write them a letter and tell them this is what I'm doing, for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really do believe, I really do believe that it's in ClickFunnels' best interest to have as many people win that 2CC award as possible and as many people win that 2CCX award as possible. It's in their best interest to give as many of those plaques away as possible. That's in their best interest.
Yeah, I agree with that, but they can't let it happen to the point where at the end somebody would say, is John Vaughn hacked the 2CC award? If that happens, everything that they did before would fall down. And so we've got to keep it quiet enough until we don't need them anymore. And then we can go and say, hey, we hacked them.
No, but the question is, guys, is what John doing, is there anything ethically wrong with it? No, there isn't. John's offering a free software. It's nobody's business how much money he's making off it. It's an offer that's through a funnel that's $1,000. He's not doing nothing unethical. He's actually giving everybody something for what he's offered to them. So it has nothing to do with if they find out or whatever. I just listened to a podcast this morning, Russell Brunson, and he talked about when they first started their business, how they had to hack other software to get their software. So it's called reverse engineering, guys. There's nothing unethical about what anybody's doing here.
No, it's not unethical. It's
that's
just
been-
creative. That's
right.
all. He's hacking the system, but he's doing it. The loophole exists, and we're taking advantage of it. If they change
Well,
the
it's
rules,
not the
we'll
first
look
one
at that.
either.
You're right on, Dennis. You're exactly right. He's figured out a way to show people, and hey, they didn't put no rules out there that says you have to show an actual income or anything like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you look at the net versus profit too on a
Well,
lot of them. Right? Like Dan Henry went down.
I want everybody to step back and not think this is not an income. You know, it's just a long trial. And what you're saying, this is not an income, what you're saying is our software sucks, so they all drop off. This is an income. It's just that it is a 12-month trial. They put their credit card in and they say, I'm willing to pay this. So if, you know, and this fight John had with Charlie Walker there is, you know, yes, there is some things that I would see that way as Charlie sees it, but the truth is, this is revenue. It's just not realized right now. And it's just, you know, you need to step away from this. There's nothing unethical, but there's not nothing unethical because this is a sale. It's just that the terms of the sale are just unfathomably easy.
Okay, what's the difference? You're right, Joe. You're absolutely right. What's the difference between a 14-day free trial, a 30-day free trial, or a 12-month free trial? They're all free.
If you get a user that signs up that stays on after 12 months, that is a real user. That is a real user. That is somebody that is using the software. Now, what's the difference between giving them the $1 a day versus the community? You know, I think what John just said is in the community, we actually expect them to do work, meaning here, you got to click on this, you click on that, and maybe then part of that needs to be that the beta test is, well, here is the task list, go do it. I mean,
Right, and that's a question that has come up in the past internally. It needs to be a true beta testing group and not just users at a discount, right? And it's early still in our progression, so we don't have yet those methodologies in place that we can distribute to end users, nor do we really have an active user base per se within the community. So this push to get a whole brand new volume of users, we'll need to train them right, or at least manage their expectations from the beginning, so that when they're coming in, they know what they're coming in for. They know the terms of the agreement, which are essentially you're getting a huge discount in exchange for, and then we have to just make that clear. And this way, their expectations are managed, and we'll get what we need from that as a group as well.
Yep.
In the end, it's really going to rely on them. It doesn't matter what we say. You know, it's going to rely on ClickFunnels. If they have a team that oversees this kind of thing, and this comes up, you know, they're going to have to say, well, is this going to be valid or not valid? You know, who knows? It's up to them.
The whole thing with ClickFunnels, I think that's the short-term aspect of it. We need that community of beta testers with or without ClickFunnels. The only reason why ClickFunnels is even a consideration right now is for the 2 Comma Club Award qualification. That's it. If there was no such thing as a 2 Comma Club Award, we would still run the same campaign because it's the best way to achieve accelerated growth of the beta tester community. The 2 Comma Club Award is just icing on the cake. It gives us additional street cred, additional ability to market to more people. But with or without 2 Comma Club Award, this is still a good method to build the community.
Hey, guys, if I may ask, Larry Peacock here, I kind of jumped in 10 minutes late. But real quick, if I may ask, how long is this beta test happening? So I'm putting on an online summit in March, at the end of March. And so I just wanted to ask you guys, I know that's going through Funnel Hacking Live, but is it extending after that? Is this something that I could promote at my online summit?
Maybe not that funnel. We can just rename the funnel.
Possibly, maybe. I will tell you that there is for sure a limit on it. I mean, obviously, I don't want everybody in the world to come in. I don't want everybody in the world to come in on this offer. You know, I don't want. But but so yeah, there is for sure a limit on it. I can't tell you when that's going to be, because we need X amount of people. Like I don't have that number in mind. Like to me, like I said, 10,000 people would be the maximum, because 10,000 people, those 10,000 people is who we need to actually put through that funnel. To if I get 10% of them to, from that 10,000, if I get 10% to convert and agree to $1,000 a year, that puts $1 million a year worth of revenue into the actual company, and that gives us a group of 1,000 beta testers. So I can't say if it's still going to be available by then. It may or may not be. If every one of my partners said, "John, this is stupid, stop it right now," I'd stop it right now. So.
John, one quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt. I thought you were offering like 100% commission to folks on that. So if they signed up somebody and they went ahead and made their payment, would that individual not get the 100% commission on that one? Wouldn't that go against what we're trying to do as far as building an advertising base in terms of dollars?
That's a good point. That's a good point, Dennis. And I was offering 100. I did tell people I was offering 100% commission on that, contingent to the person that's receiving the 100% commission for them to actually be a paid person, and them themselves have actually went in and upgraded and got on a paid membership. So it would obviously skew the numbers and rely on having to. So we have two options: allow more people in the funnel, or either allow more people to come through and take advantage of the offer, not care about the revenue, because we're going to redistribute it out to them, and really just care only about the beta testers, which still has huge value for us, or not allow affiliates to promote it, and then just promote it at these events that we're going to, make it a non-commissionable thing that affiliates can't promote, make it exclusive to marketing events that we go to, or some type of just tier 5 only advertising that we do.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that earlier, in terms of saying, are we going to be promoting this at other events? Because from a building an audience perspective, this works really well. From a revenue perspective, it'll have some impact, but I'm not so sure we want to rely on this revenue base as the advertising money per se. And at the same time, the longer we run this promotion, or if it's a persistent promotion, it will at some point run into collision with other folks trying to sell the products at a higher price. So if we have these promotions specific to events, to be defined what an event is, right? Maybe it's number of people or something else, but if we limit it to events, then it becomes a unique opportunity for folks to sign up around a specific campaign, but it does not necessarily interfere with the day-to-day selling or marketing that other people might be doing.
I agree. Something like that would be a good plan, to go in and to go in and have it specific to events that we could go to, like where Nico's at right now, 10X Growth, or like Funnel Hackers Live, or like the digital marketing. How many people are at that event right now, Nico? Like 10,000, 30,000 people at that event right now? 35,000? So at an event like that, like 10X Growth, they got 35,000 people there. Some event like that, yeah, I think that would be, I think that would be perfect, and it solves all aspects of what we're doing. It allows for retention of other offers and people and partners being able to go in and sell stuff, and not see any devalue. It's not put all over the internet. It's just there, the promotion for that specific event. I do think, though, we could still rely on, if we remove commissions out of it and we make it, hey, these are promotions that are reserved for the partnership to do at marketing events, that we can rely on that revenue to be huge marketing. I mean, I think, like, I almost guarantee that if we had this offer where Nico's at right now, we would get enough, and we had a booth there, we would get enough people to sign up and even just pay that $100 fee right now to cover the cost of the event. And
yeah, I think the whole revenue thing, when we first talked about it, John, it was a way simply to leverage the fact that people who are at these events also had lists of people who were not in attendance at the events, right? So we just need to kind of counterbalance those two. I think the simpler approach might be to not have that commission in place, but to market at the event. So it really becomes a closed, contained kind of scenario. And lets you leverage entirely now that revenue to go and do further ads around that event again, right? I did have one other aspect to this, but I'm not sure if anyone else has any comments on that specific topic.
This is Kristen. I just want to add that with the complexity of the upsells now kind of complicating the 100% commission offer, maybe you could just keep the original funnel with the, free 12-month trial, $1,000. Just keep that your commission offer to all of us. And then the upsell funnel would just be in the same funnel, but it would have a separate landing page, opt-in form, and so forth. So it's all in the same funnel and it counts toward the same award, but you're essentially funnel stacking and they're separated within the funnel.
I don't think I can separate the commissions on that though. I don't think I can have separate commission plans on. I can't have separate commission plans on different steps in a funnel. It's for the whole funnel entirely. Meaning, if you got somebody to sign up, for a 12-month free offer, and I send them to another page in the same funnel to, on month 2 to pay, $200 for the year, or $27 a month to lock in that low price, it's still going to show up as a commissionable thing for you.
I think, John, there's a way to separate out your commission plans, but I'd have to look at it. Just something to consider.
The other thought I had, and this is something we have to see if it would make sense at all. Some of you guys know that I was working on a daily update process, right? Where the pricing automatically updates on the website every day by whatever increment that was chosen. That works. It actually is working completely right now. It's all automated, but it is a little complex and it uses Zapier, Integromat, a bunch of other things. But what I was talking with John about, we just didn't finish our conversation, is if we were to implement that for these specific events, so because it's not something that's easily to use across all funnels, because again, it's a little complex to set up, but because these are limited events, that could give us an interesting approach, because right now we would be waiting, the pricing would not change except for once every 30 days under the current scenario John laid out, right? So from day 1 to day 30, there's not an incentive for them to move right away. The way I've got it set up, it's a daily thing. So every day you log in, it's putting today's price in front of you, saying, hey, today it's this, tomorrow it'll go up by this much more. So they can choose to either take action or not, but at least there's a daily prompt to do that. Under that scenario, and this would be for possibly other events in the future, I wouldn't change the one we have now, but for example, I was playing today with a scenario where the annual pricing would increase $5 a day, and the monthly pricing would increase $1 a day. And the way that would start off is at $180 a year, and 365 days later, that moves up to $2,000. So it would go from $180 per year up to $2,000 a year. And every day it would increase by $5 a day automatically. And the monthlies would start off, let's say at $27, it would increase $1 a day. And by the end of the year, it would have gone up to $391. So it's still a considerable savings over the entire package. But it could be a way where we're getting, on one hand, better dollars, but we also have a better incentive in terms of a daily incentive for folks to come in and do their upgrade.
The only reason I don't like the daily, Dennis, the only reason I don't like the daily is because they're actually Stripe plans inside Stripe. That means I'm gonna have 600, 730 different products in Stripe that I'm gonna have as subscription plans, because every single day has two different subscription plans that have to be attached to a yearly and a monthly. This way I just have 24. If I just do once a month and say, hey, for the whole month, you can upgrade from your trial anytime during this month and be on this current month's pricing, then I only have to have 24 products, and it's going to be easier to go and filter and find everything.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well in terms of like the workload, the manual workload. And on the other hand, the way I'll be approaching it in my test, I only have to create 2 price plans a day. I just have to stay 2 days ahead of the curve, right? So yeah, of course.
For me, the manual thing isn't nothing, because I go hire somebody else like Elena that costs me $300 a month, and then all she does is check emails, and whenever somebody says, hey, I'm ready to upgrade, they just reply to the email, say, hey, I'm ready to upgrade my plan. All she got to do is go in and look, when did you start, how much time's remaining on your trial, and add them to the appropriate plan. And so from my side, the manual part of stuff, Elena could do that, or anybody like Elena that I brought in. I don't see even out of 10,000 people that their full time would be more than their full time would be consumed just by managing the upgrades. So I would be prepared to invest that much money in the manual side of just having somebody that just does that. They just manage the upgrades.
Aside from having a large number of striped plans, aside from that, did you see another downside to a daily incremental pricing?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. No, other than just like if I want to see how many people are on which plan, that to go in and actually filter through and have to go in and try to aggregate 1,300 plans into one document. So no, outside of just having so many plans in there that I have to maintain and laws on a specific plan, not really. I mean, it would obviously be a little bit better model because it would translate into overall more revenue because you're increasing an incremental value every day as opposed to every 30 days. So somebody, and it obviously gives them most urgency to upgrade today instead of waiting another 17 days when your price goes up again. Like I said, the long-term goals, there's a lot more people that we can sell to than 10,000 people, a lot more people out there, especially as we build more software. So, so 10,000 people isn't like our target. That's nowhere close to our target market, or even a dent in who is our customer avatar and who could possibly want to purchase our stuff. I mean, that's the beauty of owning a software company is if we run out of market space, then we just build a new software, increase our market space. Like when we run out of market space, guess what? When we're done with small businesses, because we don't exhaust the small business market, we just build a new software and target medium businesses, build a new software, target large businesses. When we exhaust the restaurant space, we just build a new software, target fucking plumbers. We can control the size of our market. The size of our market is, anybody who's old enough to have a credit card. That's our market size.
On another note, you were getting a lot of feedback in terms of the designs for the booth. So what are your new designs looking like? Are those been updated, or we're still going through an evaluation?
To be honest, Dennis, to be quite honest, I have been to the dentist almost every fucking day this week, and they've been sticking needles in my mouth and drilling on my fucking teeth and shit. I didn't even come to work until like 9 o'clock in the afternoon today. I just stayed home and said, fuck it. So I haven't been able to compile all your guys' feedback and hand them back to my designer. So I'll do that later on today, probably. Probably actually not later on today, considering the length of these meetings. I'll probably do that over the weekend, compile everything, and then prepare a document, give it back to my designer on Monday, and finalize everything on Monday. And then whenever I show it to you on Monday, it will be, hopefully you guys will just like it, because after Monday I gotta submit it to those guys. So
when it comes to the marketing materials for the show, I don't think it needs to be perfect. Perfect's always the enemy of good. This is also the first time we doing something, so it should look nice and it should get people's attention. I think that's the basic issue. Everything else, you're an engineer and you want to be perfect, right?
I don't know if you ever seen one of my funnels or not, Joe, but I definitely don't need to be perfect. I definitely don't need to be perfect, man. I can't even spell trial right.
Yeah. I made a comment to that, right? Have you ever seen a software developer not being able to spell? That would be really great. You'd be bug hunting all day.
Hey, John, what is the path that we're going with this rebranding of the apps? Is that the objective? Is that why, changing the names and so the new software is going to be the rebranded apps, with different names?
But that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for sure. So we have really we from my perspective, we kind of have two options there, Harlan. We can take the current software that we have right now, perfect it, give it a sexier design, and then keep essentially giving it away for free by allowing partners to give it away for free if they want to and have price wars on it. Or we can essentially go in and take time, build out some of the things that I told you guys about in the softwares to essentially allow for the control of features and functionalities in each software based on the plan and the price point, so that you guys can put people in at a lower price and have an easy path to upsell, and all the new features and functionalities that the market's really demanding in that software, the new sexy UI, we can essentially build out on a new name and a new brand. And then you guys can put people into the cat product that's ugly and isn't getting new features and stuff. We'll still support and give customer support and bug fixes, but whenever a customer says, hey, we would love this feature, we'll take that feature, we'll build it into the rebranded thing, and then we'll market to that entire set on that map product. So we have that one option, which is rebranding everything, or we obviously have the option where we go ahead and implement the new designs and everything that we have right now. We leave those as cat products, and then we just embark on a new endeavor for a map product. We just say, hey, here's like our chatbot building platform. We just say, hey, the software that we have right now, we'll go ahead and update the design. We'll fix everything. We'll even add some new features. But this new chatbot platform, this will be strictly a map product. So I'm open to either one, obviously. That my issue lies in like Ian here. Ian's here, and he mentioned that he mentioned that he wasn't doing a fucking video testimonial because he's not a marketer, and I didn't know what that means. But he mentioned that he didn't come in here for marketing. He came in here for just the investment opportunity. And that's fine. I appreciate that type of partnership, but I have an obligation to that partner to be able to make him money when that partner doesn't want to go out and sell software. All right. So somehow I've got to get to a model where Ian can make revenue and get the money back on his investment without him having to go out and market our software and sell our software. And the real way to do that is through an actual cat product. And so those are kind of our two options. What would you say? What would you say, Harlan? I mean, I know you're out there. You have these softwares added as a bonus. You're also selling them. And like I said, I can point out to you Inner Circle partners right now selling all the software together for $10 a month. Do you want me to continue? You guys want me to go in and do another year of development on text in bulk and have one of our Inner Circle partners still selling it for $10 a month in conjunction with every other software? And now that software is the most valuable software in the entire fucking planet, and it's being sold at $10 a month when it could just be rebranded as a map product and all those people who come into text in bulk who want these additional little features, we could just be like, yeah, we have all those, but they're in some possibly, check it out. And then we can just move them from there to there. And as a partner, you may lose that $10 a month or that $200 a month that you got for that initial client because they switched from the cat product over to the map product, and that obviously wouldn't translate back into your $200 a month if they go into the map product, because that you're having to redistribute that $200 into all the actual partners, but you would get some of your money back there. I mean, it would start to do this like that.
I don't think you're going to you have a choice with that, because the price integrity with the text and bulk, it's all over the place. So you're going to have to rebrand it and then start from fresh without kicking these people out, and give them a discounted upgrade path to these these incredible features. For
sure. So we don't have to kick them out of the other software. But we can't market to them and let them know, hey, look, we've rebranded this. We've made it even more powerful. We have all these new features. If you'd like to check it out, here it is. Check out. Now it's in the user's hand. Do they want to stay in this ugly one with lesser features for whatever they're paying the current partner? They're $10 a month or they're either 50 bucks a month or $1 million a month, whatever they're paying, or do they want to switch over to this newer one, this sexy one with these even more features that just has a different name? From our perspective, it will be easy as shit, because from our perspective, what's the only reason that there'll be 2 reasons that they don't want to switch. 3 reasons possibly that they don't want to switch. One, price, because they're getting stuff for $10 a month through this partner, and we're charging $97 a month over here, so they don't want to go because of price. The other thing would be the new UI. They have to look at a new UI, and they have to essentially, to some extent, not really relearn the software, but it looks different, right? So, if your wife just automatically changes the way that she looks, all her holes are in the same spot. You don't have to relearn how to use her, but she looks different. So there's a little adjustment period there, right? Or the data. They don't want to lose their data, and the data is the only thing that we can control, because we can easily just port their data from one software over to another software, because we already control that.
It's got to be, I guess, a minimum, like you said, $97 a month for that rebranded one. It's got to, it can't go below that, a price point, minimum price.
For sure. Well, with the rebranded version, you partners would not have the ability to sell it at whatever price that you want. So what I can see as an easy medium is you've got users in text and bulk, and they're paying, from our perspective, it's not costing anything. They're free. Right? From your perspective, maybe they're paying 10 bucks a month or 50 bucks a month or whatever they're paying you for that software. So when we market to them to move them from this CAP product to this MAP product, what carries over is your affiliate commission. Any of your users that decide to go from text and bulk to Possibly, instead of getting the 100%, you're getting 50%, you're getting your 70% commission for that user actually moving over. The 30% that you're not actually getting, well, some of that's getting redistributed back to you into your.
Oh, so you are getting a commission. You are not losing them completely then.
I would say we would do that for our partners. Yes.
Right.
My plan for the MAP products, is we won't have an affiliate network for the MAP products. The only affiliate network for the MAP products would be the partners, and that's it. The rest of our softwares that are promoted by affiliates will obviously be the CAP products, because those affiliates can dump those users into there, and we'll pay commission as long as they're in that platform, because our end goal is just to move them off. Our end goal is just to have an affiliate go acquire that customer for us, and we don't have to pay any money, and then take them from that MAP product, cycle them into that, or take them from that CAP product and cycle them into a MAP product.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but ClickFunnels is starting to do this. There's Actionetics MD is path 1. John just described that. Actionetics MD is actually the same product as Actionetics. They have reduced the amount of users you can have in there, and the stuff that's supposed to be new doesn't work. Now, the One Funnel Away challenge, if you look into that membership site, at the bottom of the membership site, there's a ClickFunnels sign-up link with an affiliate ID that's attached to Russell Brunson. If you look into your ClickFunnels affiliate account, there is no cookie attached to One Funnel Away. So basically, that whole One Funnel Away thing is trying to move people away from the affiliates. And when you look at that strategy, I was, the other day, I was looking at this, you guys know I'm in HIPAA compliance. And so we were looking at the terms of service. The terms of service say you cannot be a healthcare provider putting sensitive information into ClickFunnels, but Russell Brunson is out there saying it's perfect for dentists, doctors, and whatnot. And so what you're seeing right now in ClickFunnels is actually a push to move affiliates away from getting money and funneling more of the money into the company. It's it's part of my confusion with it right now, because ClickFunnels certainly is not the best product, but they're trying right now, and they're trying to do it secretly to get money away from affiliates.
It's a better model, obviously. Not, I mean,
it's the better model for the company. Yeah, they're going to make more money.
I think a hybrid model is the best, to be able to have affiliates that are out there and promoting certain products and bringing customers in. And then, you know, that way we don't have any upfront marketing costs. And then we have a path to actually move that customer off of that product that we pay affiliate commissions to into another product. And there's lots of ways that we can do that. I mean, honestly, like I said, tier 5, I don't personally, I don't get caught up on a lot of shit, and I don't even get caught up on the name of my own company. We can release, I mean, as a partnership, we can build software all day long, and we can release every single software under the name of a different fucking company. So that software isn't a tier 5 software product. I mean, that doesn't bother me one bit. So we could have a tier 5 text in bulk and some possibly that, you know, under the name of some other company is who owns that product, and we can easily take, you know, we can easily take users from one software and funnel them into another software if we can show them the value of that other software, why it's more valuable.
Hey, John, you know, just to go back with that data idea with that project. So once you get everybody who chips in, we get it, you build it, and then how is it distributed? Is it going to be
So you guys would get all the data files. So everybody that chips in, you guys just will get the raw data files. And then what we're going to do on our side, we're going to take all that data and we're going to build a software around it. Some of that data is just email addresses. So we'll go in and we'll remove all the duplicates. We'll run it through a cleaning service to make sure all the emails are valid so that you're getting scrub data. Some of that data is more than just email addresses, you know, like I just purchased, I'm throwing it in with that pool of data. I just purchased like 23 million businesses in the United States, and it gives their FICA code, their SAP codes, it gives their industries, the amount of employees they have, their annual revenue that they have. So something like that, you'll get the raw data, but you'll also have an interface kind of like domain leads to be able to go in and search that data. And then we'll clean the data, and then I'll do a process just like Domain Leads does to go out to their websites and scrape for, you know, their SSL certificates and their social pixels and you know, their social media profiles and stuff. So you'll have a way to filter through data like that. Obviously, if some of that data is literally just a list of email addresses, that list of email addresses, there's no filter or search mechanism that I can give you for that to actually make sense, right? Other than for you to pick from a drop down, okay, I want dentist and get those email address, or I want lawyers and get those email address. So the only thing I can really do there is scrub the data and make sure it's clean and all valid data. But the other data sets that contain more data, I'll show you an example of them real quick if I can find an example of them. Those data you could filter through. So it's like, here's some of the data I'll show you that I bought. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was like $400, $500, something like that.
Like Fred's data is actually pretty cool data. You know, I had some discussion with Travis yesterday. Travis said he does the same amount of data, but you know, when you look at something like that, that is pretty neat data. That, you know, and especially if somebody has gone through and said, okay, this is veterinarians, this is dentists, this is chiropractors. So that data is pretty neat. You know, one of the ways that I can see using it is really as a retargeting mechanism for using, you know, custom audiences. You can send cold emails. So it's like, whatever it is, you know, it's $100. I think now it's $125. It's absolutely worth it. I don't know if you guys have been out there trying to buy some data. It's not cheap to buy data.
For sure. This is an example of the other data, Harlan. So this type of data, you can see where I can build a platform where you can go in and you can filter by this category, filter by this category, filter by this category, or you could filter by year founded, or you could filter by, you know, whether they're B2B, B2C, B2B, or whether they're both. You can filter by annual revenue. You know, you want people who are between this revenue or this revenue. So any data that's presented in a mechanism like this, you'll have an interface that you can go in and you can apply these search filters and get more targeted data. And then on their website, we would go in and perform the same type of scraping process that we do in a platform like like robo contacts, stuff like that. We would get their social profiles. We would get, you know, the pixels that they use if they have SSL search, stuff like that. And then we would make sure that the data is clean, their email and stuff is clean. The other data that's just email addresses, we'll just clean that data up, make sure they're all legit, and then we'll just provide you a way for you to filter through all those lists that, you know, were they the dentist or whether they ClickFunnels users or whatever type of data set it was, and download that and then do whatever you want to do with them afterwards. If you want to resell them, resell them, and then, you know, I don't have any problem with that, but I will call you a scammer if you pay the $100 and then resell the data you're getting called.
You mean you're gonna give me free advertising by calling me a scammer?
I'm posting it all over Facebook, and I'm gonna message all your friends too.
But you know, the ClickFunnels database, the interesting part of that is that if you can search that database for industry, you know, real estate funnels, you know, you actually have funnels that you can go model. That's, you know, that was my original idea. When you look at Kim Dang's extension, where you can just basically take a page and just copy it in your ClickFunnels account and then just modify it, you know, that's actually pretty valuable if you know where the funnels are.
You're muted, Harlan. We don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, Harlan, you're muted out, buddy.
I'm sorry. I'm going to assume that there'll be integration with, you know, text and bulk and robo contact in some way, huh? Right?
Well, even if it's not with the raw data, you can always import whatever you had to.
Yeah, CVS file. Okay.
At the end of the day, it was.
And what I think what we should do is really just limit it to the people who are risky enough to throw in $100 right now.
For sure, that was just a way to pay for the data. See, Joe messaged me. What happened was Joe messaged me and he showed me all this data and he asked me, "What do you think about this? Do you think this would be good?" So without one single person having to go in and spend $4,200 for data, that's a lot of money for any one person to spend. I figured let's just crowdsource it, and then we can all share in that data. And then on top of all sharing in that data, guess what? I could build another little software around it that could be given to you guys as a CAP product as well. We could build one little other software, and that could be given as another CAP product, just kind of like domain leads.
Yeah, or lead carrot, because that's all lead carrot is. It's nothing more.
For sure. Lead carrot is this right here, by the way. This is the data that is inside lead carrot. It's all this data right here, and that is why I bought it all. That's why I bought it all. But this is lead carrot. It's this data, and then it's this other data. There's two other different databases. So it's these data right here. That data is so big it has to load. That's how big it is. It's a huge data that's loading right now. There we go. This data. So it's just these data. This data doesn't have as much information. This is just the businesses and their websites and their emails. So we could go in, I could go in and get more additional information from them, from their website. I can go run a scraping process and get more, and that's all essentially what lead carrot does to some extent. So
speaking of scraping, John, within domain leads, is there a way to write a routine so that it can go to each of the domains that it finds and then determine the status of that domain? Meaning, is it parked? Is it a 404? So that would also help, figure out whether it's worth downloading or not.
It is possible. It is possible, and it is something that I've had on the roadmap and I've wanted to do. Where it would tell you, hey, is this a GoDaddy Park domain? Is this a coming soon site? Is this a site built with ClickFunnels? Is this a site built with WordPress? And basically, but the the time complexity to build in that scraping process, and the back end resources as far as the server resources that go in and perform that actual scraping process where it could be accurate and up to date is quite a lot. It's quite a lot. So I haven't done that yet. But it is something that I've wanted to add onto the roadmap to be able to have more information like that. You know, is this built on WordPress? Is it built on ClickFunnels, Instapages, Kartra, or whatever? So you have more information as far as, you know, what are these guys using under the hood. So it's either build out the scraping process, or it's do the easy way, which is do an API integration with people who basically perform that scraping for you. But those APIs are typically pretty expensive, like $1,000 a month at least for those APIs. And even at that level, it's something that's going to be limited as far as how much you can use that API, which would not be enough to. Which we would have to, that $1,000 a month, we would need like 24 to 60 months to be able to go in and worth of requests to run that process on all the data that's actually in our database. So I literally have something like that scheduled on the roadmap for domain leads. But after doing this relaunch and doing some optimization of the actual queries on domain leads, and then so domain leads and text and domain leads and MagicZap are the first softwares that are getting completely redesigned and getting their funnels completely contained outside of ClickFunnels, so that the affiliate tracking and everything is faster. That they have all the proper plan structures. MagicZap is like probably seven or 8 working days away from being launched with the new design, all with proper plan structures where the number of zaps that you can have and the number of automations that you can have and certain features in the platform are controlled by the price point, and you guys as partners will be able to hit an API because we're about probably 2 weeks away from relaunching the entire affiliate platform on a new modern framework that's easier and faster to update and actually maintain, because it's currently built on CodeIgniter on a 3-year-old, actually probably like a 7-year-old framework on CodeIgniter. So I got 4 dudes rebuilding that affiliate platform to relaunch it. And then, so MagicZap and domain leads will be the first things that you guys as partners can add users to and pick what level that you want to put somebody on, whether it's the low level or the high level, and all the way that they actually use the software is completely, it's regulated by that plan. So you yourselves have a way to upgrade. But so I got a little bit more work on domain leads as far as building the front end and then building the integration with Stripe and the path to actual upgrade everything. And then after that, instead of building out these functionalities to do this advanced scraping, I was planning on taking the guy that's working on domain leads right now, because he wants to upgrade himself in a JavaScript framework and a new technology. And to some extent, I have to keep my developers happy in what they're working on to keep them, you know, a happy employee is a fucking productive employee. So I've been planning on taking him and then 3 other people. And as soon as the guy that's doing MagicZap, he's almost done within 2 weeks. The domain leads probably 2 weeks away from having the funnel and sales process self-contained on domain leads off of ClickFunnels. And then 2 of the people who are doing the affiliate platform, the relaunch of the affiliate platform, I was planning on taking them and moving them off and starting them on that new software called Unboxified, which is not really necessarily a software for the rest of the world, but it's a software really that you guys can use it and we can add it as a cat product, no problem. I don't have any problem with that. But the real purpose and goal of that software is it's for internal use to streamline our own customer support process and make it much, much faster, because I believe that if we can have a fast, quick support, then we'll rise and accelerate above everybody else, because that's most people's complaint with other software companies is it's hard to get support, it's hard to get help. So I know as a software company with 7 software products in the market, what it's going to take to get a support person trained to be able to support those those products. It's going to take a lot of time to get somebody to understand those softwares, which is why we need Inboxified, because it allows me to bring in a support person that's currently doing an outbound sales process here in India that has good English skills, and throw them in and train them on 1 week on using Inboxified, and they'll be able to easily do customer service on all of our software products without knowing anything about them actually. And it will also yield into being able to build out more comprehensive chatbots that will remove the human aspect of customer service and provide instant customer service gratification, because we're building out those knowledge bases and those keywords that are all getting tracked through Inboxified. So that was my plan. So I was planning on not doing the advanced scraping on domain leads for some time, because other than that, my other main focus here on our side is I have to have a little small team that every so often goes to all of our other softwares and make small updates to them, add small features to them to keep those users happy and keep those users wanting to keep using and paying for the software. But the main focus for me was going to be focused on our very first flagship product, which is go into text in bulk. And there's so much, like literally, I don't let you guys, because I don't want to. There's so much shit going on already that I don't want to even further complicate stuff. But if you guys were to actually see the roadmap and my plans and what I have planned for text in bulk, it would blow your fucking mind. But I've got, like, we've spent 17,000 hours already building that software, and I guarantee you I got another 30,000 hours I can easily dump into that software to make that software something that it rivals Salesforce, rivals the type of software that every fucking person in a business would be like, damn, I need this software. I have to have this software in my business. So that was my plan, is to really keep as much people as I can on text in bulk, whether it gets rebranded or not, but actually make it, polish that software where it is our first true cash cow. Everything else, all the other softwares will just basically be acquiring customers to push them into that, and they'll be our cigar money, Harlan. I mean, they're not going to be our mortgage or car money. That's going to be like the other softwares are like our beer and cigar money. It's our fucking weed money, not our mortgage money. What's up, Maseo? Maseo's the guy who's got 100 of these hats right now sitting at his house. He got all these hats.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? How you doing?
Just chilling, man. Hanging out. About to have some oatmeal.
I'll show y'all these hats. Hold on. It's crazy.
No, this is my oatmeal, buddy. Go.
We want you to model every single one of them, Maseo.
Oh, yeah?
Every one.
Let's do that.
Oh my God.
Look at that. That's a zoo of animals right there.
That's our marketing material.
Yeah. Damn near every animal you can think of.
Go away from me. You're not getting my oatmeal. Go.
George is in here somewhere.
Yeah.
There he is.
George.
That one's got my name on it right there. There it is. Nice.
Are you sleeping on them, Maseo?
Yeah.
Just put all the hats on them.
My damn kids done stole a couple already.
It's gonna be the hot new thing, man. Good job. That's where you've been hiding at, huh?
Yeah. Now I got to stitch them all. Put tier 5 on all of them.
Too bad they didn't have one of those 3D printers for that.
Yeah. John's been making fun of me.
Little stitch artist, huh? Are you just gonna do a patch for them, or are you gonna individually stitch them?
I was going to individually stitch all of them, but it depends on, you know, how much time I run against the ClickFunnels Live. I might have to get some patches for a few, or make some patches for a few of the tier 5 logos. We'll see. Because we also want to do the scan codes on them as well. So.
All right, we got some big conferences here in Orlando. Anybody that wants to come down here?
For sure, that's something I really do want to do. If we can make this first event successful, then I'm cool. I'm cool to go. If it can be successful and profitable, meaning it doesn't cost us any money out of pocket, then I would love to attend, 3, 4, 6, 7 events like this during this actual year, just to acquire our initial users. And then, you think even at Funnel Hackers Live, not everybody's going to jump in on this offer. Not everybody will, but the impact that we make by being there year one and them knowing who they are and going back and repeating the event the next year, by that time, even though 1 year seems like a long time, by that time, when we go back next year, it's all cold hard cash. It's not, you're paying $100 a year or even $1,000 a year or whatever. At that time, all our software is tried and true. Like if you look, even right now, out of 140 partners, go to any one of the Facebook pages for any one of our softwares and tell me how many 5-star reviews that we have. Now, I got 140 partners who I'm sharing revenue with. Like, literally, you guys are going to get fucking paid money as this company fucking gets big. It turns into you getting rich. And no offense, half of you guys don't even have the fucking time to go review our own software products. So, like, if we want to be able to actually take over the market, we're not going to do it with a software product that has 6 reviews, right? Like, we need a shit ton of reviews from people. So that's what all this initial year part is for, to go out and get ourselves positioned so that after that, we can make a real splash in the market. Have everything that's needed there.
Who's got the music going? I can't hear him.
Content, our marketing on point. But yeah, I'm for sure down to go to more events. If this one works out and is successful, I'm totally down to go to as many little events that we can go to in 2019 to spread the word about Tier 5. As long as those events have at least a couple thousand of our potential avatars attending that event, and someone goes with me.
Hey, John, I got a question. I saw your video about the $6,000 needed for the Funnel Hackers Live event. So a few people jumped in there and said $60.
Before you ask that question, I'll just tell you that I'm probably just not going to care about that. I'm just going to fund it out of my pocket and not try to worry it. It's the first event we've ever went to. I've already paid for it. I'm going to see how it goes. And then we'll have more time to prepare for our next event. If this event is somewhat successful and we can get people in, then together we can actually plan together what the next event is that we're going to go to. And then together as a partnership, we can figure out how much that's going to cost, and we can do everything right from the get-go and have more time to plan it.
I understand that. I had an idea that because, some people are saying they're throwing it. I don't want to see you pull $6,000 out of your pocket to go there. I get it. Everybody else's that's going there. I don't have the money to sit there and go there right now myself. However, I had an idea is that you were talking about, hey, so many leads or whatever go to everybody. Why don't we just make it that whatever leads go there, it covers the cost of what it would come out of your pocket for that event. So like if Kevin's got one down in where he's at, or Lance has one down at he's at, obviously we're partners. We need to work to get this stuff going and help the revenue. And we're all in different states and different countries and stuff. So it's going to help everywhere. But whatever money is generated for that, it all goes back to the company. And you almost kind of like say, hey, I spent $6,000. I want that $6,000 out of the first $6,000 worth of leads to cover that cost. It's just an idea. What do you guys think?
I'm willing to go to any event in Western Canada if it's covered, and yeah, I do it.
I think you're talking not distributing the leads, but the revenue generated to cover, right? Because leads don't cover costs. Revenue does.
No, I know that. I meant the revenue. I'm sorry, I misspoke there. The leads or the revenue. The revenue that's generated from that event should cover the cost of somebody that is 3 or 4 people that got to pay to go in there to get that event. And, you know, tier 5 has to pay for the booth and all that kind of stuff. The cost or the money revenue generated from that should cover that cost first. Then the rest of it should go into another kitty that, you know, the one down in San Diego, what's it, Lance, it's $2,000 a ticket. I don't have $2,000 I could spend out of my pocket to hope to generate revenue. But if it did, that's great. It goes back to the company.
It's all write off. You can write it off too. Could you guys write that off from the tier 5 level, John?
Right off from both levels, actually.
Yeah.
The expense of the booth. Right, I can write this fucking oatmeal off as a tier 5 expense.
I mean, anything can be written off.
Oh, write a lot of shit off.
Sure.
Of course, it's all advertising, it's everything. I get it, but the question is John, you're a software engineer, you work at tier 5, but also you're a partner at tier 5. I just don't see the right thing for anybody to pull money out of their own pocket for the company, for everybody else. You do have some partners that, like you said earlier, hey, I'm just here to fund it and I don't want to do any marketing or anything. Well, that's great. That's cool. But you got 10 guys over here spending money out of their own pocket to go generate revenue to help the company. That revenue should go back to the company and cover the costs, like as if we were almost employees going down and I need an expense, that's get approved, you know. Hey, we got a booth, we got this that we have to pay for. That's company expenses, okay? So revenue generated should go back into the company to cover that expenses.
For sure. So something like this offer, Joe, like this Funnel Hacker Live promotion, where they sign up for a trial and then they can pay $100 instantly, and some revenue can come in on those instant upgrades. We could obviously say, hey, who wants to go to the event? The event is going to cost this much. This much is going to be the total event cost. For this one, it's like $6K or whatever. Who all is coming to the event to work? All right, let's go there. Let's make a successful event. The initial revenue that we generate is going to go to recover the cost of the event and pay the partners who went to go work the event for their time. And then that future revenue that comes in from renewals and stuff, that will go into the company for the partnership and stuff. You're talking about something like that, doing something like that?
Absolutely. I mean, if I could get to Funnel Hackers Live this year, I paid my own ticket, but shit, yeah, I'd like to go and work the booth and see what kind of leads are going to come in for the company, the revenue that's going to come in, and say, yeah, I'm a part of that. Now, anything that happens over here in California, I'd like to be able to go to that and do that as well, but not just by myself, but there's probably multiple partners, and we join up together as a group and we go work this thing so that, you know, Marie doesn't have to come from Canada to go to San Diego or something.
I want to go to California.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
We don't want you. We're revoking your visa. Sorry.
Oh, my feeling, Joe.
Well, Nico's coming to work this booth with me. She's charging us $1,000 an hour for the 3-hour event.
What's that? Say that again.
I said Nico's coming. Nico's working this booth with us. He said he's going to charge us $1,000 an hour for the 3-hour event.
That's my invoice too. We're sharing invoices.
He's giving us a 90% discount too.
99.9% discount. So I think that would be a good idea. I just hate to see anybody spend money out of their own pocket.
I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time before this event, Joe, to put together some type of structure where people who contribute money to recuperate, for me to recuperate the cost of the event, have some equal benefit as opposed to just not giving the money. I don't have enough time, or to be quite honest, energy to go in and try to structure something out so that if you donate $60, you get some type of benefit from your $60. I would just rather say, fuck it. I already paid for the shit out of my pocket. I was going to pay for it out of my pocket anyways. It's already paid. We'll collaborate together on the next event if this one's not a failure. And if this one's a failure, I'm just going to tell you guys it's because I'm not a fucking marketer. You guys should organize the event and You guys letting the software engineers do all the marketing, so
Whatever.
So are you saying when it works, you're not a marketer, and when it doesn't work, you're still not a marketer?
100%. He's never going to admit to it.
I'm
But
glad.
he is. His own niche of marketing.
We want you there to discuss and talk about the software. We don't want you to market it. We want the marketers there to market it. But that was the reason why, John, is because when I started seeing people say, hey, I'll throw $100 in there, I'll throw 60, I'll do 50. I thought, what a freaking pain in the ass. That's why I said, you know what? Go down there and see what generates the cost and put it back into tier 5.
For sure. I'll throw in the 6K and then just throw it.
Hey, John.
Larry's giving 6K right now. Larry, you in for 6K, bro?
Yeah, Roger. So did you get the higher booth? There's 2 booths that you could get. There's the
No.
high ticket one.
I didn't. They were sold out of that one, or I would have got it. But no.
Okay, Roger.
The high ticket one's next to the hot dog stand or something like that.
Okay, I didn't know what it was. I was looking at that.
Well, we have somebody at the one in Miami tonight. They're at, my wife's cousin went to it. It was only $99. So we sent her.
What is it?
It's a ClickFunnels is in Miami tonight.
Oh.
The 10X, is that what that is?
Yeah. So
Oh,
she went to go check it out. She got a free ticket. So, but it was only $99 to get in there.
Yeah, it's a stadium, isn't it? Didn't he like parachute in or something?
Yeah.
Damn it, somebody text her a code and so she could start putting out that bot, damn it.
So she take hats? Does she take hats, Kevin?
Yeah, she's a programmer too. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any hats yet, but this is where I'm getting my idea because I was a director of admissions for education for 12 years. So I was always at these conferences, setting up tables for our college to promote the college. So all you got to do is get 3 leads from that, which you're gonna get. It's impossible. The only way you're not gonna get it is if you're not paying attention to somebody. All you got to do is start a conversation, and you're gonna get a lead. Especially at these events, they're huge. So if you have the right people at these events, you're gonna generate more revenue than the cost of what it's gonna get into the program. So paying that upfront cost is not gonna be an initial investment that's going to really hurt you because you're going to come out ahead no matter what. Unless you got into some event that actually has nobody showed up to it. But in Orlando, we've got an international convention center that's always packed down there. So you just have to pick which one do you want to get into, really.
Well, I'm stoked. I'm better in person. I'm not much of an affiliate marketer, but I can't wait to talk to all the people in person, that's for sure.
And that's what it is getting around like-minded people and energizing and learning from each other. So I guess you could, if you wanted to do something, my idea would be to do a Facebook group for each convention and who wants to go and who wants to chip in to pay for the price. Be a backdoor solution, I would think, for that. Just say, hey, Orlando got an event. Who wants in? This is the cost. And just create a little side group for each city. And go like 3 months out.
Mm-hmm.
That way that gives plenty of people to organize and anybody. I know there's a bunch of people here in Florida that are in the group and it's always warm here. And plus you got Disney, SeaWorld, Universal, Busch Gardens. So there's always something to do here. So it's a nice little business vacation that can be written off.
I'll go, for sure.
So think about it in that way. We all have our own companies. So we're all incorporated. So anything we do is a tax write-off. I'm learning a lot from Dennis, so thank you very much. We got another big contract again this week too with 1-800-MEDS. So they're gonna start using our software as well. So we got into some really big groups I've got us into here in the last 3 weeks. And it all comes from just networking and being out and about. And that's my thoughts on that. And the room goes silent. You can hear a pin drop.
You're talking, man. Everybody's listening.
Hey, I'm not used to having an audience like this. Geez.
You captivated the audience.
I know, right? Everybody's speechless. Jeez.
I've
No,
got
but
the
I mean,
time.
seriously, if anybody has any questions, I did it for years. I mean, over a decade. I mean, I was in conventions all the time, setting up for Everest University and Everglades University and all the for-profit schools, and that's what we did. And every month I was there with a team. So they're really easy to do, especially once you get to know the people that set it up. They give you priority, and they feed you while you're there. I mean, it's a good time, and you really meet other like-minded business folks as well. And where I did the best was actually going around to the other tables. So you send somebody to go to all and get to know everybody, why they set up a table. And you trade your business. And that's actually where I got most of my business from. There's actually other people there.
Yeah, when you have a booth there and you're there setting up, I've been to a few of them myself too. There's one in Las Vegas. It's usually a big convention going on in Vegas, or a bunch of them always. But when you're setting up, actually each vendor deals with each other and starts, trading info, and that's where you get most of your clientele, not the people that come there.
Well, hopefully you're getting people that come there too, though. That's the added bonus. But you're right. You go around and everybody's setting up, and then when you send people to their booth, they appreciate that as well. That create a good connect. Like, oh, I don't have that offer, but hey, right there at that booth, pour down. That's what they offer.
Yeah.
Just tell them I sent you down there, or they'll see that. Or I'll grab brochures from other people too if it has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Add them to my table to do like a multi-marketing. That way you can grab the audience to come in because you have everything on your table as well. And at least you get a couple seconds to talk to them. I look at it this way: you have 40 seconds to make an impression when you're talking to somebody, if they're going to stay around or not, or if they're just there to talk to people anyway.
They get free handouts, free hats.
Oh yeah, you got to have stuff to give away too. That's But you can get that stuff I used to get stuff for like 10 cents to $1 just to give away, even just like the backpacks. But those are cheap. Or rulers, or my newest thing I'm looking at doing is the calendar business card. Like, here, you want a calendar? And then your information's on the back as well.
So the cool thing about what we're doing is, it's a little more memorable, because everybody does pins and backpacks and all of that. Nobody is doing these animal hats with Tier 5 logos stitched on them. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be that's the brand right there.
So anytime you go anywhere and somebody has these damn hats on, you almost going to know that must be somebody with Tier 5.
Yeah.
Well, that the kids back home, they're going to run off with those hats, take them to their school activities, events, sports, etc. And invariably, that logo and the scan code is going to be in more places than just in the parents' hands.
For sure, we're going to do that anyways. We're going to take these wolf hats and we're going to send them to Joe's son entire team. I mean, they got an entire team of Huskies that does, I think, robotic competitions. And I mean, it's a whole team of kids that go out and participate. There's nothing. So we're going to pioneer that with Joe and his son and his kids, and we could do that for like all sorts of little school clubs to have a little school clubs. We'd just be like, hey, we want to sponsor hats for your kids that they can wear as part of their team, and we put a Tier 5 logo on it, a scan code, and a team logo on it.
Do my daughter's high school softball team, the Patriots.
If we did that with all the school tech clubs, that could be interesting because that matches into what we're doing, right?
Yeah, it does actually. And I actually have a connection for the tech club here in Orlando for all the high schools. That's the nice thing about coaching softball. I got a lot of connections from it. Coached a lot of kids,
Yeah, Kevin, your issue is you've got way too many opportunities.
Way too much. I know. I need help. I need people that need some help.
We keep trying to rein you in.
You know this. I got pretty focused though this week. I took care of the CEO from the Marine Corps Business Foundation. I got us to that CGX cancer screening and with the 1-800 meds that are intertwined with the lab. So if we can get into all those labs, it's going to be huge. But just to get into that Met Club was a big accomplishment.
You just made $10, guys. Just so you know. You guys want to
Hey, I did a live in my group last night to promote the funnel, your funnel, John, and I got what was it, 20, 27, 26 hits, unique visitors, and 3 unique buyers. So it doesn't show in my back office any money. So those must have been the free 12 months, $1,000 deal.
Probably check. I would check if you're, whenever you're looking for stuff and like payouts and stuff, definitely make sure you check Backpack and not our platform, because I don't have ClickFunnels hooked up to our platform right now because they're about to relaunch our platform in like 2 weeks, our affiliate platform in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking at in Backpack right now.
Oh.
And that's how I can see how many unique hits or unique visitors and how many unique buyers. So I have a total of 37 unique visitors and 3 buyers right now.
Yeah, that's what I have too. I was trying to figure out where to track that at. I ran 3 funnels consistently in the last 2 days, and that's exactly what it said for me. But I didn't see it on the end. I didn't know there was another site that I had to go to.
Yeah, that you would want to track it right now, all inside Backpack.
And then, John, you said your assistant is going through like your every one of your friends on your list or something and offering that and send it to them. I started doing that today. I knocked out about 15 of them while I was sitting at a break. And I just said, hey, how you doing? Tier 5 is offering this awesome deal. Check it out. And I just put my affiliate link on there. Let me know if you have any questions. Boom. And these are people that I've already contacted. These aren't people that have no idea who the hell I am.
She's doing it to every single person on my list. I don't care if they know who I am or not. They added me on Facebook or I added them on Facebook. They're getting a message from me. Worst thing that they can do is fucking unfriend me, and I don't give a fuck about that. Unfriend me. I mean, I don't care. It's not like I met you before anyways. It's not like, you know, I'm gonna make our friendship.
Put it this way: if you're not interested, unfriend them and go find another friend to replace them.
Exactly. I'm almost at my 5,000 limit. I need to figure out how to set that up, actually, Dennis.
Oh, what you need to do is to have John assign to you one of his VAs.
Yeah, I've been asking for that because mine ripped me off. I got all my money back though finally, all $850. After she shut my websites down on me. So now I need to find another one. I did get a $100 credit and 20% off at Fiverr though.
Oh, John, don't you have a VA that's available, or even on a part-time basis that can do some of that work for Kevin?
Elena could for sure. Yeah, I'm hiring 4 of them because one of the inner circle meetings I had like 15 people said if I brought them in and trained them, they would pay for them. So I'm in the process of looking for 3 more of them right now. But I mean, obviously, I don't want to bring in some stupid person or somebody who's not capable of doing the stuff that you need. And I want people. That's why I hired Elena, because she's so good at communication. I mean, she's a Russian, so her English communication is much better than just the natural Indian English. So I'm targeting right now who I'm trying to get them to bring in, but my focus is on bringing in new developers is who I'm having my HR. Like I brought in a headhunter. I brought in a second HR, and their full-time job is just headhunting and just strictly 100% recruiting. But I'm having them focus on developers because we're going to need, if we want to venture out into these map products, I need to bring in another 7 or 10 developers so that we can venture on these map products and we can still have support teams that are working on all our current products and, you know, adding some features in there. And then I need a couple more developers so that I can give you guys some more cat products that are niched down. You can dive into new markets and be able to acquire customers from those new markets so that we can sell them our map products. She's focused mostly on finding the engineers, but they're focused on the VAs or people who are actually currently working in a BPO, which is like a call center doing outbound sale process. So those are the VAs that I'm looking for right now. They're just people who are currently working either in a scam company where they just call and they tell you that they fucking work for the IRS and you need to pay them right now. Because those people are workers and they just do what they're told at their job, and that's it. But they have good English communication skills and they're in an outbound sales process So those are the people I'm wanting to bring in, those 3 extra VAs who have a good communication skill, both on the verbal and the written, and they're already used to this outbound process, and they're already used to whether or not they're scamming people, pretending to be the IRS or pretending to be somebody from Microsoft, or they're selling legitimate products. They already understand the sales process of rebutting people and not, whenever somebody saying no, not actually giving up and trying to follow through with the sale. So I'm trying to bring in 3 more of those people, and then you guys can fucking have a fight to the death for those people if you want.
Right. Yeah, I was looking around. Like Roku gave me a good site called the Bible, actually, and it looked like they were highly, but I haven't checked into that. And then Enrito Market looked like another good one as far as helping.
Sounds sketchy, bro.
They'll get you.
It sounds sketchy. That Bible one sounds real sketchy.
Oh, no, it actually came highly recommended by Dr. Alex.
Who's the author of that? Who's the
From,
author?
Roku. Roku they got the chip check monkey too. I was gonna send to you and give it to you. I figured you would like that one.
You said it came highly recommended by Pastor who?
By Dr. Alex from Australia, the creator of Roku, the TV box thing. He gives us programs all the time. So I was gonna start sending them to you because they have licenses with them, and start looking at them and decide how to integrate them. Because our Tier 5 channel should be up hopefully this week.
Kevin, does it come with a can of Kool-Aid too?
The Kool-Aid man breaks through the wall.
What about little subscriptions to anointing oil?
The anointing oil?
Yeah. Little free plus shipping offers.
The little naughty girl. But yeah, I could, because definitely, and even this week, my friend from Estonia came and she brought her trainer. Kind of find out she was coming over here to open up a chain of restaurants. So when she seen all the stuff hanging on my wall in my office, she's like, "Oh, we don't have stuff like that in Estonia." So we just tapped into the Estonia market, and the girl she brought with her was her trainer, who's number 4 in the world for bodybuilding, and she has her own product line, and she fell in love with it as well. So it's just I just stumble upon these, and then so hey, I've just got too many projects, and I can't keep up. And then I sidebars me from all of them, and I just jump and jump. I probably got like 25 projects going right now, but I'm only allowed to focus on one at a time. Sticking to the plan, right, Dennis? One at a time.
Discipline.
Yes, Marine Corps, hoorah.
I like that green screen, Dennis. That looks nice.
Yeah, he puts the mountains behind him so he can say he's at the beach, you know. So.
The mountains.
Yeah, it's a green screen with the green screen JPEG on it. Because the lighting is bad here, so the green screen actually picks up all the artifacts. The only way I can hide it was to actually put a green JPEG so that it blends in. But yeah, I worked it out so it looks like I'm well lit when I'm not. I do have something else, guys. I did post a message in the various Tier 5 groups. I'm working with John to pull together a list of testimonials. We're going to assemble these and going to turn them into a short little database so we can filter through by product, by topic, etc. So I posted a link. It's like a 20, 30-minute conversation. We can do it by video if you guys prefer. Audio is fine. I'm going to extract the audio. We're going to transcribe it. So we'll have both a written piece and we'll have an audio component. And then we'll be able to use those to assemble various testimonials. Okay, so if we need to pull together, for example, testimonials for a specific product, we can just go to that list and assemble those one after the other and create whatever output we need. Again, video or audio or something else. But we need, obviously, content. So I know everyone's busy, and John's tried this before as far as getting everyone to do their own. So in this case, I'll be chaperoning that with you guys, basically. So I'll put the link here into the chat. Sign up. Just pick whatever time you want. Again, audio or video. I don't really care. Either one is fine. And I'll walk you through. It'll be a conversation. It's not really you just staring at a blank screen wondering what to say next. We'll have a conversation. And from that, we'll extract a meaningful bit so we can turn into content. And then you guys will have copy of your audio as well, so you can do whatever you want with it in addition, okay? But ultimately, it'll be a community resource that we can all start leveraging, all right? So I'm gonna post that now. You guys should, at a minimum, just book your time. And I'm gonna be reaching out to other folks as well. I'm pretty much gonna go through all the chats that we have on Facebook, see who's been commenting the most, or who's already had some interesting comments, and follow up with those people individually so I can track them down and sit down with them for a few minutes. So I'm going to post it now for you guys. Kevin, thanks for signing up, by the way.
Anytime I can get your time, I take it.
How many people signed up so far?
Kevin.
So what if you already got
How it is. Everyone's slow to respond.
I didn't hear that part.
Post it. I'm going to sign up right now.
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I want to be the first one so I can get my monthly paid for 1 month.
Well, you'll be number 2 because Kevin signed up first. He beat you to it.
If we already have one, do we need to do it again?
Not necessarily. You can send it over, but what I'm trying to do is make sure we touch on specific topics so that it's not just a free-flowing. Yeah, well, whatever you got, send it. We'll start with that, and if I need to fill in some other gaps, I'll just reach back out.
Basically, James, everybody sucked the first time, and they want to do a better one the second time, but not rehearsed.
Mine was good.
Well, it's not that.
Yours wasn't. We heard about it last week. Yours sucked.
Like, for example, if we're trying to put together a set of testimonials about ROI or how good the customer service is or the creativity or whatever the topic might be, if we're asking those questions specifically during the interview, it means we're going to have a collection of answers specific to that topic, as opposed to everyone submitting something, talking about entirely different things. They're all good, but they don't necessarily allow us to package them into a 5 bullet points where everyone's talking about a specific singular item, right? So,
get it.
And I don't know if you guys don't know, if you've never had a chance to talk with Dennis, I mean, you should jump on a 30-minute conversation with him. It'll really open up your eyes and help you, and it's highly recommended to get Dennis's time. He's offering it. I just got a letter in the mail from A. Weber.
I take as much of anybody useful's time as I can.
Just letting you guys know that if you haven't had a chance to, I mean, it's a really good time. You won't waste your 30 minutes, put it that way.
Well, and in defense to that, you'll be using that 30 minutes to give a testimonial, not necessarily pick Dennis's brain.
Well, not necessarily, because what we've done, I've done maybe about 30 to 50 of these one-on-one sessions so far. They were all strategy sessions. So we can do both. I have no problem with let's do the testimonial piece and let's do the strategy session at the same time. We should do that. Not a big deal. If you wanted to do that, I would just say just book 2 sessions, right? So we can have it back to back or something else, or just put a note in the email. That's it.
How about I book your session? I'll shoot you my calendar link, and then we can book the other. Does that work? We'll book each other, right?
Yeah, have your calendar book my calendar.
Now, where's the program for that? Does RoboChat do that?
Zapier.
I just took Monday at 4 o'clock. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, Daddy.
Anybody who hasn't booked with Dennis before should definitely do it. It's worth it.
Again, definitely we'll happily extend your session. One part will be the interview, but the most value for all of us collectively will be from the strategy session. Help you get on your way.
Yeah, I'll definitely get that out of the way first, and then while I'm talking to you, I'll probably book another session after that. But I want to take care of the tier 5 one first. Hey, John, where did you say that the Suzanne, where's it at that you want?
Backpack, is that what we're talking about? Where is this backpack? Backpack. Dora lost her backpack.
Where did I say what was
It's
it?
all. It's in the units in the partner pages.
What are you looking for?
To track to see if
You're
any
talking
the funnels
earlier
went.
about reviews to go post a review.
The questions. Can you ask again what you're asking me where it's at?
The reviews where you said you wanted to post reviews, where's that at?
Where? Okay, so I haven't made like a particular post anywhere saying, hey, go post reviews other than in both the Inner Circle group and partnership. I asked you guys for like a video review on the partnership itself and gave you 6.
No, John, I think he's talking about for the individual products. Each product has its own Facebook page, right?
Yeah, I never made a post asking, hey.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't think I had to. I didn't think I had to tell a group of partners who have a vested interest in the success of a company that they should probably go out and like that page and leave a review on that page. It seemed like pretty fucking common sense to me, to be honest. So I never made a post.
So just to recap, each product has its own Facebook page. So you guys can all go to those pages individually and leave a comment. There is one more thing I'm going to be doing. If we're using ClickFunnels, for example, you can have ClickFunnels have a comment stream, correct? But that comment stream doesn't come from necessarily a Facebook page. It just comes from an external page to which all comments are adjunct. So what I'm thinking of doing is we'll put together one comment page. All of us can comment there about any product or topic related to Tier 5. That comment page, I'll be able to make available to everybody. So when you launch your page, whatever ClickFunnels page you're using, you'll be able to attach that entire comment stream to your page. And it'll look like you have 1,000 comments on your funnel, on your sales page, on your promotion page. Does that make sense? So it'll be a page where cumulatively everyone will be able to comment in, and that page, that entire comment stream, can be attached to any ClickFunnels page that you guys independently develop. All right, so I'll put that together and I'll get that out there.
That's a good idea.
Perfect.
Yeah. Some social proof. So John, I was going through and reviewing the softwares as we were doing this meeting. The only issue I had is on invoicing you. Yeah. On all the other pages, it has the review tab on the left side, but it's not showing on that page.
Yeah, I think I made it the wrong type of page or something. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not a Facebook expert. So I think I made it the wrong type of page or something like that. So I'll have to change it to a page that can be reviewed. So what else do you guys want to talk about while we're here?
Maybe not for this session because it is getting a little late, but we need to at some point sit down and talk about the partnership agreement. I'm sure people have questions.
Well, we should do that. If you have any questions or concerns, we should definitely address that in this session. Because if we don't address it sooner, then you're just going to agree to what I've already paid a lawyer to draft up. So if you have,
they are saying they need more time to actually.
Well, you know, what I could do is, John, I could take that document and turn it into a Google Doc, so people can add in comments, not necessarily overwrite it, but be able to add comments. So this way we can see everyone's input in one document and not necessarily have to get together at a specific time only. Right?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take care of that. I'll load it up as a Google Doc.
For sure. I would like your guys' feedback. I would like your guys' feedback on it, though. The only things that I initially was probably going to change on it so far from what I saw is the list of general partners. I was going to add to the list of general partners, and then give give my LLC and list Ankita as a general partner, and so that doesn't affect you guys at all whatsoever. It wouldn't affect you guys at all. It would just add, instead of having one general partner, it would add 4 general partners. It would add me, it would add Ankita, and then we both respectively have our own companies. I have an LLC in the US, and she has the private limited here in India. So both ourselves personally and both of our respective companies would be listed as limited partners, or would be listed as the general partners. That way, if I personally die, there's a mechanism for the limited partnership to continue to exist, because the LLC would essentially be able to carry on my role, or she would be able to actually carry on my role, and we wouldn't have to dissolve the partnership. And so far, that was the only thing that I thought that I would do is add extra general partners, and that wouldn't affect you guys. That wouldn't affect you guys at all. Other than that, I think it was spot on for the most part, what I had talked about with the lawyer, and what was presented in all the chats and the page that everybody signed up for.
Better not fucking die.
I don't plan on it, but as you know, since this is a business move, there should still be some provision in case I die, that the partnership doesn't have to actually dissolve, and it can continue to exist through another legal entity that's not dependent on me as, you know, a living being. Wasn't me, bro. Trust me. It was all Ankita.
Yeah, that got deep real quick. All right.
Okay. You've got time to still review the agreement, but partners are asking when it's going to get done. I've had other partners drop off already. I had another partner drop off today, and they said that it was a mixture of the free offer, giving everybody the software for free, which I'm not giving it for free to everybody, but whatever, and just not living up to having stuff done that we promised was going to be done, which I don't really actually believe we haven't done. But some people are getting anxious for the agreement to be all done and ready to sign. So I'd like to get it done as soon as possible. I did put something in there that was not necessarily agreed on at the beginning. And I will just tell you straight up that I really don't, I mean, I do care what all you guys think and say, but I'm not going to take it out regardless, because I think it's the best thing for the partnership. But it's a cancellation terms of 90 days. If you guys decide that you don't want to be a partner anymore, you guys need to give us a 90-day notice period. And if you're not willing to agree to that, then you're probably not going to, then it's going to be really hard to, maintain a successful partnership. I think having that notice period where you guys have to provide a written letter of 90 days saying that you're not going to be a partner anymore, I think that's the best to keep everybody safe, and not, because then we never have to worry about, hey, something happens and, you know, 17 or 20 or 50 people decide to all drop off at one time, and we have to go in and tomorrow try to replace those partners, or I personally have to fucking dish out the cost, which I could personally do, but I mean, if I'm not getting 100% of the fucking benefits, I shouldn't have to take 100% of the risk. So I think that's something that really will help protect everybody. You guys give if you're thinking you want to cancel, you guys give a 90-day notice period that you're going to cancel so that you can be replaced.
But what if they're canceling just because they can't afford it? Like, if they don't have any money?
I don't give a fuck. I'll sue you. I'll send my lawyer. I'll send my lawyer and say, hey, I hope you got enough to cover the next 3 months payment, because that's what you owe me. And if you don't, fucking talk to my legal team.
John?
If you're canceling because you don't have the money, I'm going to tell you that you made that's your fault. You've made a stupid decision. I've given you everything that you need and showed you exactly what you need to do to go make your money. And if you are not making money, it's because you've not done exactly what I've told you to do. Point blank, that's why you're not making any money. And outside of that, if you're not doing those things, then it should be because you don't actually need the money. So if
that's right.
they're canceling because they can't afford it, then they're going to have to talk to legal, Murray. Talk to legal.
Oh, yeah, I was just curious, really. I've got money. I'm all good. But, yeah, I'm just curious.
John, what about like from the other side? I haven't like read through the document yet, but what about, let's say, because like if someone doesn't pay from like our side, like what happens then? Like, is there a period to like, you know, if you did not pay, like, let's say within maybe like 7 days, I don't know what the usual period is, that you still have time to like, you know, it's not that like right away, like your membership is like canceled right away.
There is a 7-day grace period. There is a 7-day grace period if your payment fails for you to go in and make those and for you to make payment arrangements. If within those, and you do get notified. I notify you immediately when your payment fails. There's three retry attempts that happen, and you get notified on every single one of them if your payment fails. So you do have 7 days from your payment fails to go in and make arrangements. And if you don't make arrangements by then you just forfeited everything that you've paid so far, because you are expelled from the partnership and the agreement's nullified for you.
Okay, and like, what does it mean, like, with that, like what type of arrangement can you make, like, in between there? I'm just like thinking, like, you know, just in case something happens on the side of like the partners, that they actually have time to maybe like recover, and they don't like right away after like 7 days. You know, if they like, if partners stick around like for at least the next couple months or whatever, maybe a year, they're probably like really interested in like bringing this forward. So like it would be really, I mean, it would be really horrible if they just lost their like membership within like the span of like 7 days. Is there like a period that you can say like, yeah, you know, you get time to like recover and, you know, to stay on as a member? Of course, they would have to pay, right? So, but yeah.
In my perspective, no. So in my perspective, no. I could see where we could make cases like if something happened like D, where you had a heart attack and you're in the hospital or something like that. Sure, but from my perspective, if you look at this as an investment opportunity, I can't fucking plan a business if I got to plan around all your guys' crises. If you guys are truly looking at this as an investment opportunity, and you can't be a fucking grown enough adult to make sure that your finances and everything is in place to cover this investment opportunity, well then quite frankly, I can't rely on you as a partner. And I'm not going to build $1 billion company and fucking give you some of those, give you money out of that if I can't rely on you as a partner. Now, if something happens, Shane, like we have a partner right now who they went delinquent, and they were delinquent for like 17 days, and I'll let them right back in. They said that they had all these issues. I let them right back in at the price that they were in at. I put their people back underneath of them. All right. So if you're communicative, if you communicate, fine, because we're not at a risk level where if 1 or 2 partners, you know, are delinquent on their payment, we either have to shut down our company or be late on our bills, or I have to fund it out of my pocket. I shouldn't have to fund anything out of my pocket. That's the whole reason we have a partnership, is so that I don't have to be on the hook for this. If I wanted to be on the hook for everything, I would just be on the hook for everything. I keep all the money myself. All right. Now, what's going to happen, Shane, is if you didn't have a heart attack, or, you know, something, there wasn't just a fucking earthquake in your country with no net, or your guys aren't under like a fucking active war from some other country or something, not actively being invaded, and you've got 4 emails from you letting me know that your stuff hasn't paid, and you haven't had the courtesy of responding back or making arrangements saying, hey, look, John, these things are going on, is there some arrangement? I'm just going to say fuck off. But obviously, if you're communicative and you say, hey, John, you know, here's what's going on, then for sure we can make whatever arrangements to make sure. Okay, obviously I want to work with all the partners for sure. So, but if you're just not going to communicate at all, and then, you know, that 70 days later you're going to be like, oh well, shit, can I just pay now and have my stuff back? No, you can't. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah, I just wanted to, like, you know, see what's in place for that situation. But yeah, sounds good.
I would definitely suggest reading over the agreement, because it does for sure outline those things.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, guys, I uploaded the doc. It's now a Google document. And if it's set up properly, you should be able to add comments, but not edit. Okay?
And where is it?
It's in the chat. I'm going to post it in the partnership and the IC group as well, so that folks can get to it there. All right? But just, yeah, let me know if you have an issue with commenting, but it should be set up properly.
Do you want it to ask you for permission from everybody? Because it's asking me to get permission from you.
It should be available as long as you have the link.
No, it's asking for, it says you need permission, so I have to send you a request.
I see. Hold on.
Yeah, same issue.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, if I had your emails, I could just authorize it that way. But it seems to.
You can just put it for everybody. Just click the more options. You can do it for everybody on the web.
Yeah, here it says basically anyone. Interesting.
We can just click the link, and then I can click the request access, and you'll get an email with my email address.
It's all right. You know what? I'm just going to move this document over to a Gmail domain. I was using G Suite, which was going off of my domain, but apparently it's looking for anyone who also has a domain there. So I'll just use a Gmail account.
Click more options, Dennis. There's a button, a more options button, where you can make it public for everybody on the web.
Let's see. Maybe it's under advanced.
Yeah, advanced options. Probably under advanced sharing options, where you can make it available to anybody on the web. Anyone with that link.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I got it. Thanks, John. Let me. I'm going to redo that link inside Link Wizard. All right. So give me a second.
Going home to Jody. Look at that. I got one engineer still here at fucking 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. 6 a.m. in the morning, I still got one engineer here working.
It's good, Dennis. It kept the update.
Yeah, hold on. I'm still updating the link here.
No, you don't need to update it. It works.
Oh, it's the same link? Okay, the link didn't change? Just the properties changed. Okay, cool. All right, good. Then you guys are set. And it's not allowing you to edit the document, but you can leave notes, right? You can't leave comments?
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep. Good. So I'll go ahead and post the same thing out in the groups in Inner Circle and Partners.
We don't got to put them in a cage for them to stay here that long. And that's how much they love us, man. That's how big of a family we are. We don't got to cage them up. I have threatened that, though. I have told them I'm getting them all shock collars for themselves.
That's why George's running loose. The dev was in the cage.
I could give you guys the option, Kristen, to drop like a 1 month up front in case your payment failed, so you could have more than 7 days to go in and make payment arrangements and stuff. I could do that. It just is a matter of, I wouldn't want to do that unless everybody wants to do it. If everybody wants to do it, then I'm fine doing that, because I can change that payment failed now from 7 days to 37 days. If not everybody wants to do it, then I have to somehow keep track of who's paid a month in advance, who hasn't paid a month in advance, and then have a certain thing that applies for some people and a certain thing that applies for other people. So if everybody wanted to do that month in advance option, then for sure I would be more than happy to go with that month in advance. Everybody goes and pays one extra month, and then if your payments are delinquent, then you have 37 days to make arrangements. If not, then you're canceled because you've got that, you know, 1 month down payment up front that's fixing everything. So I wouldn't want to do it piecemeal though, where some people are under that and other people aren't, because to be honest, those people who go in and pay a month in advance, they're probably the type of people who are never actually, who don't need to do it anyways, because they're probably not the type of people who something's where they're gonna have an issue with their payment not coming out.
Yeah, I would just prefer to keep it this way because like that's a lot of money right now for me. So yeah, that's my opinion at the moment. So, yeah. But I mean, the explanation you gave that, you know, if something does happen that you do have like, you know, a grace period to resolve everything. Obviously it shouldn't like occur every month. Yeah, that sounds fair enough. So
at the end of the day, Shane, there's one general partner here. And if you message me and say, hey John, here's my issue. I've got these issues. I've got these issues. I'm going to look and see who you are. I'm going to evaluate what your contribution is, and how communicative you are. If your payment fails and you message me, you know, honestly, I got people who message. I have partners that before it's ever time for them to renew, they message me and say, hey John, you know, my card's about to expire. I don't want to lose my partnership. So I just want to let you know, as long as you're communicative about the process, and I'm going to work with you. If you just disappear for 14 days and then come back, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to disappear. So.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, life happens for whatever reason, whatever position you're in, like, you know, shit can happen. And for you then to like lose like your position in a company that you contributed like for a couple months, maybe years, it's like, yeah, it's kind of hard, I guess. I mean, it's very harsh if you actually lose your position. So that's why I was like wondering, you know.
No, I agree. If you come to me, Shane, and say, hey, you know what? I was stuck under a tree for 7 days and then had to go in the hospital. If there was some actual issue, I'm not going to now, although contractually I'd be able to tell you to go fuck off, I'm not going to do that. So you do have 7 days, but as long as you let me know what's going on. If you can't let me know for 30 days because like literally you guys are in lockdown in a state of war and they just cut off all communication in your country, I'm going to understand that, and I'm going to be like, all right, you know, it's not really this guy's fault, and not worry about it and make sure you're in. But according to the contract, if your payment becomes delinquent, according to the contract, there are essentially three ways that the partnership, there's 4 ways that the partnership can get terminated according to the agreement. Way 1 is you guys can submit in writing to Tier 5 a 90-day notice period that you want to cancel your partnership, and you guys can cancel it on your own. The other 3 ways are on Tier 5 side, where the first way is if you're delinquent on your payments and you don't actually make a timely and prompt payment. You have 7 days from the date that your payment becomes delinquent to make arrangement, and if you don't make arrangement to make your payment by then your partnership can get canceled. The other way is if you violate. So we've reserved rights to launch our products on affiliate platforms like JVZoo and ClickBank and any other major affiliate platforms like this. We've reserved the right to launch Tier 5 products there for the good of the partnership as a whole and the benefit of a partnership as a whole. If you get caught launching Tier 5 products on a platform like JVZoo or ClickBank under your own name for just your own personal gain, then that would be a violation, and your partnership could be dissolved and removed for that. And then the other provision is if essentially both of these ways, the launch on ClickBank or JVZoo has to have some factual evidence. We have to be able to produce factual evidence that you've done that. The other way is if factual evidence is produced against you that you're essentially lowballing, sniping other partners. So if Dennis goes in, like Dennis went in and showed that he made a sale for $5,000 to one of his contacts. Now, if he, you know, released, somehow leaked that email address and he could produce factual evidence that Marie went in and contacted that same person and was like, hey, you know, I could get you the same deal, but just for $1,000, and just went and tried to steal Dennis's customers, you'll get kicked out for that. So if you guys are going behind each other's backs, like Shane, you're all the time posting on your account, right? You're doing fucking awesome. And I really love that because you're one of the few people who actually take the time to write your own fucking post and try to do promotion. And now you've got that post and you got 600 people who are interested in the software for your $20 a month or your $30 a month or whatever the hell you're offering. If you come to me and show me factual evidence that some other partner is going through your comment thread and messaging every one of those people saying, hey, you know what? I'll sell you the same thing for $15. I'll kick that fucking partner out in a heartbeat because you're out there fucking working, trying to get your own shit. And then someone else is just piggybacking off of you, trying to take all your hard work and fucking, underprice you. And just now, if Marie goes and she makes her own post on her own Facebook page about that, and everybody wants to buy her stuff, then that's no big deal. She's making her own post. But if she's specifically just targeting your people and behind your back trying to undercut you or going to your post behind your back saying, hey, I'll sell you the same thing for $15, then that's the other way that we could kick you out, because I think that's really stupid and will create a lot of discord and partners if you guys go out and get 100 people paying you $90 a month. And you got somebody else behind your back hitting all those people up on Messenger saying, hey, I'll give you the same thing for $40 a month. It's going to be fucking stupid. So if you do that, then you'll get kicked out. And I think that's for the good of the partnership myself.
So in a case like that, is it possible for, if somebody suspended somebody or somebody canceled their account in their portal, can that email address just be blocked from being added somewhere else in somebody else's?
No, Mateo, because I don't want to. Here's what I don't want to limit. I don't want to limit you posting a post on your Facebook page for $100 a month, Shane posting a post on his Facebook page for $10 a month, and him being able to get clients to get clients on that post. What I'm trying to prevent is from people going and specifically targeting your people. That's what I'm trying to prevent. Now, if somebody wants to cancel from you and then sign up somewhere, that's a natural process. But if you're sitting there and your whole goal and your intent is looking out and saying, okay, who made tier 5 sales this week? Let me go and just private message all those people and steal those customers. That's what I'm trying to prevent, not prevent you guys from doing your own marketing and your own sales in whatever organic way that you're actually doing it. I don't want a bunch of little deceitful people going behind each other's back trying to kill each other.
Definitely not.
Yeah, the market is big enough, so.
And you guys would have to produce some type of factual evidence. There would have to be some type of factual evidence. I wouldn't kick somebody out based on some rumor or just someone saying this or that. It would have to be based on factual evidence. We've already seen it a little bit, right? You guys saw the whole discussion that was going on in the Inner Circle group about the Black Hat Forum or whatever, where two partners are, one partner starts selling at 97 and the other partner literally came into his post and said, hey, I have the same offer for 47. And then now that guy had to go back and drop his price, and then that other guy went right back in and undercut it. That's what I'm trying to prevent right there. Is you shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, we have to. If we're gonna have partners and they're not gonna. Now I can understand that everybody's not going to get along and everybody's not gonna be fucking best friends and just be in love with each other. But I don't want people to be out there viciously just trying to fucking ruin each other's lives and trying to fucking make sure that one person doesn't succeed and they don't give a fuck if they make any money themselves, as long as the other person doesn't make any money, because that's not going to. Because if that's how this partnership's going to get, if that's how this partnership's going to run, I can tell you, there's only one of us that's going to be a billionaire, and that's going to be me. The rest of you guys aren't going to get there if we can't work together. If we're working against each other, then there's going to be one of us that's a fucking billionaire, and I want us all to be them.
John, there was a post earlier today in Inner Circle regarding AppSumo. That would fall under the same provision, similar to a JD Zoo, right? So I think we need to close that one down before people get too enthusiastic about it.
Well, that post, by the way, was not a post saying that, hey, somebody needs to go do that. That was a post asking if Tier 5 wants to do that. So I think, because that guy even, that guy, he messaged me as well personally, and asked me if we would be interested in launching on something like AppSumo. And I'm all for doing stuff. I'm all for doing stuff like that. And just like with the JV Zoo launch, I'm all for compensating the people who work together to get that thing done. Do I want to go through the process of launch it on AppSumo? Fuck no. I've told you guys a million times what I want to do. I want to build software. That's it. I want to manage the tech stuff over here. That's all I want to do is manage the software stuff. Now, if I could get 3 or 4 partners to pull together and do everything that they need to do to get a software product launched on AppSumo and go through that process and take care of everything where I don't have to do anything, then I'm fine with you guys getting compensation for that. But the whole goal is for that to be a Tier 5 effort and not a Maseo effort or not a Lance effort. That's something that's being launched under, as Tier 5 to benefit all of us. And the people who are organizing that should get compensated for their time in doing that and their efforts in doing that. So what else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to talk about while we're here?
When do we get the booth at FHL? Is it on the 19th or the short night, the registration night, or is it for the 3 days?
It's on the 20th.
Okay.
Just on one day. The networking event is, I believe it's 6 to 9 on the 20th.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I had to pay $500 just for a fucking electrical plug and a password to their Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Inner Circle group from Miami, Florida. Can I give you all kudos for staying on the call this long? You guys are troopers. You are the group that I want to be hanging with. When lights get out, it's last call. Here. Okay. I love it.
Dude, he's calling from 10X.
Nikos is cool. Nikos, we're gonna be going. Me and you are going to 10X together next year. I'm buying your ticket. We're going together next year, bro.
Now I have witnesses.
You're paying for the booth, though.
Oh, by the way, I asked for the booth. Incidentally, I asked for the booth. It was $150K introductory. 150 rats.
Start saving up, Nico.
What's up?
Start saving. You're paying.
You heard John's deal, right? He'll pay for your ticket. You pay for the booth.
Let's get back to this. Let's get to this liquidating offer, this $1 a day offer.
Multi-million-dollar company, 150K is peanuts.
We need write-offs, right? Am I right? We need write-offs. We need to start generating some write-offs.
Sure.
Company picnic, company what? 4-year anniversary maybe.
Look, I would suggest that if you guys want to be good partners, I would suggest you read that book. You either read it or you listen to it on Audible. Behind the Cloud. It is the play-by-play. It is literally the guerrilla marketing playbook from Salesforce. Right? And you would see that company themselves, they spent $2-3 million on events, and they would host their own events, and that is where they got all their traction from doing big. And their events weren't even sales events; they were fucking concerts and stuff. They would invite the whole city and their potential clients out to that event, and then they would essentially invite all their current clients, whether they were free trial clients or paid clients, to that event, and it would essentially just be like a networking event. It would just be like a concert and a party, and they would bring people in through an entrance that painted the story of death to old enterprise software and the birth of the utopia of the SaaS model. And so events like that are going to be really necessary for us. But before I really want to go in and actually start hosting a bunch of events and going to a bunch of events, we need solid, sexy softwares. I don't want to sell people ugly softwares, even though they're functional. We need solid, sexy softwares, and we need to have flawless softwares in the market before we try to go out and promote to the masses, because we get that first impression and that's it. And if the first impression that we get is we're a fucking crackpot joke software company, that's what people are going to think about it. So, but for sure next year we're going, Nico.
Hey.
Touch screen is not what is that. You guys, this is so much funner than sitting in front of a TV screen. Get away from the TV screen. It's gonna burn your eyes. He puts on a hell of a conference. He puts on a hell of a business conference. I've been to better conferences, but not better business conferences. I'll mute myself.
Mute yourself, Nico.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, John.
Nico, you going to traffic and conversion?
Dude, that's the only thing that's off my list. When is it?
It's at the end of February.
I got my funnel hacking live to be at. Are they like conflicting each other?
I think
Are the dates
so.
conflicting?
I think they're stacked on top of each other.
I think they're jealous, like they're here in Safeway. Look, you want to see stacked? Oh! Sorry, guys. I will mute my spring break.
Oh, yeah, is that a coaching?
Guys, this is the Tier 5 partnership group. Hello, Tier 5.
Hi, Tier
5. Hi, Tier 5 partnership.
Hi.
How many new partners we got in that group?
I don't know. I'm not soliciting you guys.
Get a little further back. Nico, get every one of those people to sign up that's sitting right with you right there.
Tell them we're going to 10x their revenue, Nico. We're 10xing their
We're
revenue.
Too bad he didn't have a hat and a scan code.
Let's go. Somebody text him a scan code and tell him to scan it.
Regular.
This is who we're selling to? This is who we're selling to?
Yeah, I know. Put them all in an elevator and tell them they can't get out unless they buy.
I get some traffic and conversions going through this hallway here. I want to go to traffic or digital marketer. Yeah, we're gonna go eat with Ty Lopez right now. No. Digital marketer is the other one I want to go to besides TNC.
That is the digital marketer event.
Oh, okay, thank you. Then that's one more bucket list scratched off. Twofer, got a twofer on that. Oh, when I get really deep into marketing and start like learning from people, I go into that TNC material because they really do draw on some deep wells there. I'm kind of new to marketing myself. I have a medical background, healthcare, so I try. I take lessons from John.
Don't take them from
these guys.
Bro, for sure.
These guys are some hardcore. You guys are hardcore, but they're good people, John. They're marketers, but they're good people, John.
I'm just saying, don't take your marketing. Don't take marketing.
You mind if I steal a couple of funnels off you?
Make sure you're running through a spell checker, man.
Yeah. I'll put a little asterisk where the U should be. This is my best bud, Steven.
Hey.
What's up, Steven?
Dude, this is the dude right here.
300 people there?
Steven's a bit of a coder, programmer.
Fulfillment agency for any of you guys who are sick and fucking tired of sitting there doing all your own goddamn ads.
Maybe we could put a little marketplace together for a lot of these expert marketers. I don't know if you can hear me.
We get next out.
Yeah, you said something about putting.
Steve, I'm-
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
I'll see you guys. What's that? Are we still with me?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, I love you guys. I love the attention. You know I'm a middle child.
I'm the baby.
What? What?
I'm the baby.
Yeah. Oh, my baby.
Are there other things you guys want to talk about, or
We're gonna have dinner.
Nico's
This meeting is quickly devolving.
I tried to mute myself several times, you guys.
You muted you.
Bye, Nico. Bye, Nico.
Bye, you guys. Bye, you guys. I'll see you soon.
Is it like pronounced Munir? Munir?
Right?
The guy that was like wearing fire stuff.
Yeah, it's
Munir.
Munir.
Can you guys hear me or not?
Yeah, we can hear you, Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out here in Asia, like I get that like every other day. Like if they're like, oh, you're famous like basketball player. Well, obviously because I'm black, they're like, yeah, oh, you're famous basketball player, or you're famous like football player. So they kind of just assume, oh yeah, he's a famous like, and I don't like correct them, so like I don't mind. But yeah, every other day, like no, they're like, you look like that player. I'm like, maybe I am, you know. So.
Tell them you are famous. Tell them you're a famous Tier 5 community partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how you're famous.
Yeah, I already chose my Vietnamese name. You know, it's I can't even pronounce it properly yet, but it's Zhao Ko, which basically means rich. Which is yeah, I'm predicting that right now, and it's part of my surname. So like yeah. I don't mind being rich and famous to that, so yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. You get a lot out here, like, yeah, you're a football player. Yeah. Okay, the link is above. But yeah, I don't watch any other sport. I just dance. Dance and business. That's it.
Well, just think how John would leverage your problem if he were the one who was being confused by a famous sports person, and then take those steps.
Oh. yeah, maybe. You need to like promote Tier 5 right away.
No, I'm just saying, just leverage the fact that people think you're famous. You know, change your profile picture so you actually have sports gear on, or if they think you're a singer or a rapper. Leverage all that.
I kid you not. One of my profile pictures, if you go back a couple years, it's like a painting of like someone who resembles me, and I actually put it up as profile picture, and a lot of people just liked it of my friends. I'm like, you guys my friends? Like seriously? I still gotta like repost like on Facebook and be like, guys, this picture of me is not me. Like, come on. There was only like one person who was like, that's not you. That's not like what? But yeah.
Well, monetize it.
Monetize it, yeah. Yeah, I don't deny it, like yeah. But it's like wherever you go, you'll hit those stereotypes. So yeah, from traveling, you kind of notice that. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay, basketball player. I haven't played basketball in years, but hey, yeah.
Yeah, I beat tables at FHL then with you in the after hours. We'll just pretend you're a soccer player.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get special treatment.
I should get some gear, some soccer gear and everything. I already have my Nike hat on, so that's no.
You got it. You got this.
But yeah.
Well, guys, it's supper time for me, so I'm going to go. Unless anybody's going to talk about some serious stuff I shouldn't miss.
I'm all good. I'm about to head out as well.
I just have a local contact account for $47 a month. So
Hey, you're so close.
I don't want you guys to think that you can't still sell software at whatever price that you want just because I'm giving it all away for free for 12 months. Because even I sell software. Like even I have people that buy RoboContact or any of the other softwares. Like trust me, everybody that goes through this funnel and they don't go ahead and buy this software, they don't take advantage of this 12 months free offer right now, they get added to my email list. And as they get my emails to actually explain to them what these softwares are and what they actually do, which is not really explained to them in the funnel, they're like, oh, hey, I want this. And they just go buy it. So anyone who says they can't make money because I'm have a 12-month free trial going on right now, I don't believe you.
Hey guys, so this is Peacock. I'm at my military base, Joe, for a little while. But anyway, I'm just really freaking honored to connect with you all. And I'm kind of new to the software game. I've been with ClickFunnels for a while, but really honored to meet all of you guys and would appreciate connecting with you all on Facebook. Friend me or I'll find you and whatnot. So anyway, thank you, John, for leading the charge, and I just appreciate you.
My pleasure, man.
Good to meet you, Larry.
Same here, Larry.
Thank you.
Okay, bye everyone. See you soon.
Bye, Marie.
Bye.
All right, so here's my goal this weekend. While I'm sitting watching football and all the other stuff, I'm going to go through. I have like 1,893 people that are friends on my personal page, and I keep adding every single day. And I'm just going to message them. Every person I'm going to message my the funnel. Every person. Come next Friday, I'll let you know the results of messaging every person. See what happens.
Cool.
You know how to use LastPass, Joe?
No.
If you install LastPass and get your Facebook and stuff done in LastPass, then I think to be able to easily share passwords, it's like $10 a month. But if you do that, then essentially you can share your LastPass with my VA. That way she doesn't have access to your Facebook password. And then I could tell her next week to open up another browser and cycle between you and me and send my people messages and send your people messages so that you don't have to waste your time doing it if you want to do that.
Okay.
I'm just doing that because you already made it a personal goal, and I know you'll do it on your own. So since you're going to take initiative and do it on your own, I'll let Elena do it because your time's probably worth more than the $2 an hour I pay her.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, John. I'll do that tonight. I'll get that fast pass going tonight, and I'll message you.
It's called LastPass. LastPass, like the last password you'll ever need.
Last password.
Okay.
First mover advantage. Keep going, Joe.
Thank you.
It's been successful for me. Like, I mean, I don't know how successful it's been, but I've had several people that she's messaged, and then I just get an incoming message. Thanks, John. I just signed up. And I'm like, okay, great. So she's got at least 40 people probably that she's got to sign up just from dropping them a message.
Wow. Yeah, I had one guy today say, sorry, not interested. Unfriend so I can replace him with another friend that will be interested.
Well, you shouldn't necessarily unfriend them. I mean, you don't have to unfriend them. If they're not interested, I mean, if they're not interested.
Now they're not interested. Maybe they might be interested in something else in future. So we should not.
You know what it is? That's okay because it's in his message. And when Tier 5 gets so popular, he's going to be going through his message going, shit, I remember some guy offered this shit to me for free for 12 months, and now I got to pay for it, right?
They will chase after you.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be calling me. I'm going, Joe, I think I am interested.
How are you going to message all those people? And as far as Facebook, not getting upset with you, messaging 1,000 people, you're not going to copy paste. I just don't want you to get your account all jacked up.
Definitely copy and pasting. Facebook won't care as long as you don't do it super fast. So
yeah.
Definitely copy and pasting. She's doing one every 2 minutes. Like she'll go in and message one person. Like she'll go in and message like 4 people and then wait like 5 minutes, message like 4 people. And she's got like 4 or 5 different messages that are almost the same. She just like has switched sentences or switched out individual words so they're not exactly the same. And then she personalizes and adds everybody's name in. And so she just copies between like 1 of 5 messages that are all slightly different, just rotates through those, and then just puts people's name in. And then she doesn't just nonstop do it. She does like 5 messages, and then she'll wait and do one of my other tasks for 5 minutes, and then she'll go back and send like 5 more. So.
Okay.
I'm out of here. See you guys.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later. As soon as I get that set up, John, I'll message you. Thank you. Right. You guys take care.
You too.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 So, John, that's your Russian automation sequence?
That's my Russian automation sequence for sure. I'm going to try to find a couple more foreign expats over here if I can find a couple more. I just got lucky with her because she's married to an Indian and she doesn't need the money. She just wants to have a job, and she obviously would prefer to work for some American company that speaks English because she doesn't speak Hindi or Bengali. So she just speaks Russian.
Yeah, I mean, expats could be an interesting niche in terms of getting that kind of VA, right? Expats. All right, guys. I think we're out of topics. All right?
Yeah. All right, man. I'm about to get back to embroidering, bro.
Where's that line at, bro?
Get the hell out of here, man.
As the days tick by, Miss A, you're going to switch over to a stapler. The stapler, man.
Everybody in my house has these damn hats on now.
But how many have signed up? They all sign up using your credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See you, Dennis.
See you, Dennis. Bye. I guess that's it. Anybody else?
Anything else you guys want to talk about while we're here? Are you guys all done as well?
I'm done. Did you have any comment on my message, John? For the add-on for the sub accounts on text and bulk? Is that on the list or?
I didn't because I didn't quite see your message. Like I said, I didn't come in. I didn't come in until late today. And most of you guys, if you guys message me anything, I'm not going to see it for a while because your messages are getting lost because my VA is like messaging 200 people, 300 people a day. So as you message me, they just disappear with all those messages she's sending out. But I'm not sure what your question was. Your question was.
So the Russian Reddit. Huh?
You can do that already. So I mean, you can already create a sub account, and that's
yeah. I messed with it. Basically, what it was just needing to get more of a, like yours is set up more for as an employer and your employee wanting to assign those leads. I'm wanting something more from an agency perspective where you can actually have an email address and a phone number set for that client. I'm an agency. I want to be able to set the client up and show them the list of text messages and emails and everything that's gone out on their behalf to their potential clients. And they can log into it and do the same thing and be able to do all that. There's a software out there right now that a lot of people are using called Follow Up Edge in the mortgage industry. and they're paying $200 a month for it just for that, just to be able to see the text messages and video and emails. I didn't know how hard it would be to change that over, but it was just something that I was going to ask, because I think that would be.
Well, I mean, you can do that already with the sub accounts. With the sub accounts, you attach a phone number to them, and you can attach an email address to those sub accounts.
Well, how do you do a separate email? Because in text and bulk, you can only set up one email address.
No, in the sub account, once you create the sub account, you can log into the sub account and they can attach their own email address.
Okay, I'll look at that. I didn't test that.
Yeah, if you create a sub account and then go log into that sub account, go to their profile and they can connect their own email address into that. The only thing that they can't do is a lot of stuff. They can't create IVRs. They can't create autoresponders. They can't buy phone numbers. They can't generate leads. They can't even upload their own list of leads. So they can't even add, like, they can't contact anybody who they can only contact people who you assign to them.
Yeah, and that was the other thing where, because the way that the follow-up edge, basically whenever, if I'm the agency and I'm placing ads for them on Facebook or whatever, then those leads would come in and automatically be assigned to them. I wouldn't have to go into text and bulk and manually push those down to them.
I mean, why not use one of your actual agency accounts and just give them a text and bulk account and then do it that way?
Yeah, I mean, just because of the management of it, so that they don't have the ability. I don't want to hand them over all the scripts and all that stuff and then have to train them and set it up and attach it all to them and train them on it. Whereas with Follow-Up Edge, it's a turnkey system. You just tell them log in and all the stuff will be there. And if you want to, it's simple, just click the box to reply and that kind of stuff, to go back and forth on the email. And it has it lists, just basically it's a screen where it just shows the back and forth, kind of like a text message block.
I would have to put some more thought in it to see how I could make it work with the platform, how it works right now. So no, I didn't put a lot of thought into it yet.
Okay. Yeah, it was just something I didn't know if it was on the radar or if it was. It just seems like it would make more sense, and a lot of other industries I think could use it just for an agency, as a business to a business, a B2B type scenario rather than an employee-employer type scenario.
Right, but I don't, in that instance, I don't understand why you wouldn't just set them up a full account, even if you didn't give them access to it, why you wouldn't just set up an individual account for them as a business.
Well, you have to give them access to it because they want to see the messages and the back and forth.
Right. So what's the harm of giving them access to it?
Oh, so you mean just set it up for them and put them in there and then turn the password and everything over to them at a full-blooded account or full account?
For sure. For sure. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't myself.
Yeah, and I've got a couple tests out there. I've got a couple of them that I put feelers out, and I'm going to let them test the software and see how it works in the scenario. So I'll give you some feedback once I get those set up.
I don't see why you wouldn't, because then, I mean, if they don't want to learn how to use the software, then you have a managed service where you just set everything up for them. Whenever they want something set up, you just go in and set it up for them.
Okay.
If they want to do everything, then you got the continuity. They just pay you monthly for access to everything.
Well, and it may be because text in bulk takes a little bit of technical skill to get around in and set everything up. So, but that may be getting corrected once you get everything set up with all the changes that you're making. So that may change my mind on how easy it is to run through.
The onboarding will be easier for sure. We're going to try to gamify it in the new design, where it's gamified to get somebody onboarded and get somebody set up.
Cool.
So what else? Anything else you guys want to talk about or go over while we're here?
think we're good.
Okay.
Anybody? Nobody else? Everybody good? All right. Seems like everybody's good.
Yeah.
Guys, enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
See you guys.
See y'all later.